I'll figure out an opening that we could use. I'll cut it.
Whatever feels natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sadly, we have to wait because Nick's laptop is dying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we have to wait for Sony to give us the go-ahead to download the editing software on like a different computer.
Oh, okay.
Well, just you got to get authentication code.
Right.
Whenever you change computers. And I don't know. It's one system down, because right now 14, but we have 13.0. So because of that, like, it might take a while. Because Sony's weird.
Is this all we could come up with? Talking about
that's literally it. I mean, because
the changing of the audios of the editing software.
I mean, you guys, it's a beautiful system.
It's a beautiful system. Is that all that's happened in my life?
Is editing software?
Was that the most interesting thing?
In our collective lives, I don't know.
Collective lives. I don't know. For whatever reason, it gets super windy over here at night now.
Yeah, it's been like.
It's fine during the day, but then
at night it has been like the opening of a scary movie. It's just been like
power lines have gone down.
Power lines have gone down.
Scary movie.
Mysterious footprints have been found by the river.
Found. There was a body. We don't know who it is.
We don't know who it is yet.
There were shoes that showed up that had feet in them.
You remember there was that break-in at the museum the other day?
Yeah, and then they planted devil fingers like fungus all over the place. You guys ever look up the pictures of that shit?
No,
because that does look like it's an alien.
Oh, creature. It looks like a little hand coming.
Yeah, especially because it bursts out of fungus of like basically mushrooms. Mm-hmm. So the membrane stretches. And it looks like it's an egg, like when it comes out.
Yeah, I have. Oh. I think I have seen that. It is terrifying.
Yeah, I want one. Like, I want to plant one around where I live. That way.
Have you ever seen there's that one type of it's not a snap trap plant.
Okay.
It's one of those plants that have a foul smell and like lures animals to drop into it.
It's what Victory Bell is based on, the Pokemon. So.
Yeah. There's like this one that's
how I
remember. that's how I remember botany.
Yeah.
There's one that's supposed to be. It's like the size of a small child, of like a young child.
Really.
And it's huge, and it smells like a dead body.
Oh yeah, doesn't it like bloom?
Like once every time the queen is changed.
Yeah. Yeah, people go visit it. Like whenever, I think it happened like a couple years back where it bloomed.
It did, and
people had went, and then everyone was like, "Oh, this smells really bad.
This smells fucking terrible."
Well, that's like. No shit. They said it was going to smell really
like a
bad.
Dead body.
People were like, "Why are you coming to see this thing?" If you're not a botanist trying to extract
some of that amazing acid inside of the... I think that was the Botanical Gardens of England where that was happening. So, like, that's classic England is like, oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Let me now complain about everything that you've explained I won't like.
Worth $5 I spent on a biotrack.
Blog from an
oh god, I can't even do an English accent right now. Like, blimey! That's a straight.
I mean, I know that it's a free benefit of every English member of the country, but I went in there, it smelled foul, and there isn't even a new queen. I was furious.
Indubitably.
So that plant. So fuck it. We're on episode, I think, 7.
7.
Of life, I believe it's 7.
Yeah.
Of narrative, it's 6 because we replaced it with the commentary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now always not. They'll never be the put together.
They're never gonna match up again.
Yeah, it's gonna drive people. It's driving people nuts. All 9 listeners.
Well,
so.
I'm satisfied with that. If it even annoys one person, that's all I want.
That's plenty, really.
Yeah. Because if it's one person, you can know. You can know it's more like a tangible thing. What level
of irritation.
Of irritation. It is. If it's spread above, like, what are you gonna keep track of how much it lingers?
Right. I'm not gonna check in on everyone's Facebook and be like, "Oh, this is fucking driving me
for how many like political rants.
Oh man.
I'm glad I still haven't done one because I feel like mine would just be filled with fart jokes in some weird manner.
You know,
That'll get people.
I feel like America's a lot like farts. It's
Florida's like a tank.
Florida is a tank.
It's the flaccid boner. Maine is the erect boner.
Exactly. Maine is the one you want to be in or inside of you. The metaphor's not perfect, guys.
I'm working on my Facebook rant for the political climate.
Tune in for our year anniversary. That rant's gonna be really worth it. It's gonna be worth the percolate.
You know what I realized? Speaking of, I guess it's sort of political, but I realized I had really missed is we can't make water jokes about California anymore.
Oh yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because I found those hilarious.
It was a good time. Was
the apex of that Mel Gibson storing like water or importing water in trucks and storing them
in his terrifying
his compound. When you're a celebrity, it's a compound at that point. It's not.
I think when
it was holy water.
Yeah.
When you're a celebrity, you know about John Travolta's house?
Yeah, it's an airport.
It is an airport.
Oh, really?
That's always what blows me. Like, how do you know you've made it as a celebrity?
And you have an airport.
I don't have a driveway. I have an airport.
Because he fucking loves planes. Like
he's a big
crazy.
pilot. Yeah.
Mm.
His two favorite passions: planes and O.J. Simpson.
I was gonna say disco, but yeah.
Oh yes.
OJ.
Have you seen? You've seen that show, yeah?
No, which one? Oh, the People versus
O.J.
Not
Simpson?
yet. It's on. Dude, okay, like if I had.
Did we talk about this?
Yes.
We did.
We talked about it last time, actually.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
I still haven't watched it. There's so much shit on my plate right now, dude. I wish I could. Because right now, the only TV show I have time to watch, because I don't have to fully pay attention to it, is Lucha Underground.
Oh, for sure.
The show's great.
It was awesome.
I've actually I've watched a little bit of it. It is.
Yeah.
It's a treat.
It is.
It's a real treat.
Which one? Just the first episode?
I think the first two,
okay.
And like the creepy Spanish guy who owns the whole thing, and he's just like such obviously a creep.
Yeah, he's so different from Vince McMahon, who is just like out there all the time, and
exactly.
Like, he's still creepy.
he's creepy in a different way.
Yeah, but Vince McMahon would fight. Dario would send others to fight.
Oh, Dario is more of a joker.
Yeah.
He has guys for that.
Yeah, he has guys for that.
So you say like Vince McMahon's like Bane.
Vince McMahon is like Bane.
Is more like Bane.
He wants to make a weird speech that you kind of understand, and then fight you.
Yeah.
To you, the people. I did like all those jokes coming out with Bane and like how it parallels with like the presidential speech. People like point out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
Just this weird incoherent.
People point out the pauses like the president's taking.
With the where he would.
It's almost like Nolan predicted.
Oh my god!
The political climate.
It would be really fun
with his political movies.
It'd be really fun. It isn't, but it would be really fun if it turns out that Chris Nolan is the one who's been writing all the president's speeches for the last 3 months. That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing. I would want to know the motivation.
Would
it be as simple as fuck it? We dug ourselves in this hole.
We're kind of responsible for this.
So I might as well.
We made 3 movies where we kind of implied that unfettered spying on our own people is okay. So that's fine, people. We'll take this bullet for you, the people.
All right. So I already said welcome to the episode. so let's go with what we've been up to. Who wants to go first? I guess I'll go with Nick.
All right. Titanfall 2 update came out, and
you were all over that.
I have been. It's really great. The game keeps getting better. Respawn Entertainment is fixing all the problems people had with Call of Duty and Battlefield for years.
Yeah. By the way, did you see that Call of Duty is going back to World War II?
Yeah.
Because Battlefield won. happened. So
and all the trailers were in game. They were, but they were cutscenes.
But I think they were cutscenes. They were in game cutscenes. So they're just a little bit better. Like the problem with that is that they missed the whole point why Battlefield 1 was such a breath of fresh air for some people. And that it was World War One. It wasn't World War II. World War One, you can have horses and motorcycles fighting against tanks and
you can fight with a sword.
You can fight with a sword. In fact, I think a sword is like an offhand option you can get. I didn't really get into it because Titanfall 2 had come out, and that one was more interesting to me.
Yeah.
But I think they're missing the point.
Yeah.
So, but they're still gonna sell gangbuster numbers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I told you...
although it's been less and less every time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're on a steady decline.
Yeah,
people are sick of it.
Well, yeah, the people who haven't bought the premium, who couldn't afford the premium from Battlefield 1, since DICE divided their fan base from people who bought the premium, people who haven't. People who haven't are moving to things like Titanfall, where everything's free.
Right.
Because awesome. Respawn's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's cool. Like the new factions is is a helper bot from Titanfall 1, which is great.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very he kind of reminds of like Chappie, that kind of thing. Before you take off.
I still haven't seen Chappie.
Oh yeah,
it's a good time.
Is it? Okay. I've heard like mixing.
It's not as good as the first movie they made.
Yeah.
So
I think District 9 had so much.
District 9 was happening.
Yeah. I was surprised Diane Wood was so good.
Diane Wood?
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah.
As Mama?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, Mommy?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But then besides that, yesterday, the new album by Gorillaz, Humans, came out.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah, it did.
So prior to that...
I haven't... Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I was on media blackout, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did what I do for, like, big releases coming out. Because I like to just let it happen, like, take it in. For me, everything's a surprise because they had released like a bunch.
They'd released two singles, I think. Before
was it? How many was it? Because
it was two. Yeah, it was a couple singles, and it was I think two music videos now.
Okay. Yeah. Are they like animated music videos?
Yeah.
Or are they full? Wow. Okay, so Damon Albarn did go back.
Yeah, but before the project started a couple years ago, he did explain they would have to cut back.
Yeah.
There's not money in it anymore.
Yeah.
As it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and a friend were talking about that the other day. How just you don't make a music video unless you know you have something special.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna do something great. So
yeah, which they did. It was great.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I have seen one of the music videos. I saw Saturn's Bars. Yeah, that was pretty special. It's a good time. It's a good time.
I'll probably watch it once I listen to the album yet because I haven't listened to it. It came out yesterday. I worked and had class all day. And you saw me, like, as soon as I got home, I pretty much just ate and crashed.
Yeah.
Because I don't get much sleep anymore. But I'll probably listen to it today, actually, once this podcast is over.
Yeah, so when I got back from purchasing it, I did listen to it, clean slate, no expectations at all, just took it all in. The full album beginning to end. I'm really torn with it because it might top Demon Days.
Really?
I'm getting to that the more I listen to it, and I'm getting nervous.
Was Demon Days your favorite?
It was for a long time.
Okay. Because my favorite, my favorite's Plastic Peach.
Yeah. So I'm really torn with it. So I have to keep listening and then make a judgment then. Because the whole point with this music is that it grows on you. So.
Yeah, Damon Albarn stuff. He has this way with his work where the more you listen to it, the more you gain an appreciation for everything he does because it's so. He's really just good at composition. He's so good at just putting everything together and making it work. And I mentioned this too. He brings out the best of any guest artist.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He brings on. Who was that one rapper we were talking about that was on Plastic Beach? I think.
Plastic Beach.
And then we were like, most of his stuff ain't that great, but him on that song is like amazing.
Oh, which one? No, not most of it.
What was the track? You remember the track?
Dude, I don't. Fuck, because it was a conversation. It was a one-off conversation we had.
Was it the guys from White Flag or?
It might have been. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember listening to other stuff and I went, it's fine. It's just okay. But combined with the big orchestral stuff and the nice little digital beat that sounds like something out of The Fall, it was like they're fucking great in that.
Yeah. And I try to go. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say on still while the music video is still fresh in our minds, that despite it not having a huge market anymore, it not being worth a lot of money, it's a beautiful piece of art.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, most music videos coming out now have to be like a good piece of art.
Yeah,
because you have to watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you think of the designs for?
That they've redesigned the characters. I really like the character designs. I like 2D is wearing mom jeans.
Yeah.
Through the whole thing.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And that they've made Russell human-sized again.
Yeah.
Because up through Plastic Beach, he was just like he became
so
a parade float.
Yeah.
And now he's just like a big guy.
He's just a big guy.
He's just a big guy. And it's what's really the thing I'm always most interested in, I think, is the designs for Noodle.
Yeah, she grew up again.
She ages in real time.
Yeah, that's always really cool.
And so she's like 24, 23, something like that.
Well, I remember watching the commercial she was in for the car.
Oh yeah, Jaguar.
Racing.
Yes.
Jaguar.
Yeah.
And I just loved her design in that.
Yeah,
that was great.
I mean the kind of consistency with which they're, and if you look at least specifically Murdoch and 2D's face, like, they're getting old. Like their face is getting more and more creased, and like
that's
they're
good.
aging.
Oh, that's what I want.
Yeah. And it's amazing to look at. It shows a love of design.
I love when characters age. I love seeing them like grow old or like go into different points in their life.
I mean that's one of the things I also loved about Venture Brothers was that they're all getting worse.
Yeah.
They're all looking.
I still gotta watch that new season, dude.
Oh man, it's short but good.
Short
but good.
Okay.
And they've got some really good guest stars.
Oh, okay.
Coming in.
Is Brandon Small still on there?
Brandon Smalls is still on it. They have Paul F. Tompkins come in.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, wow.
They have there's a guy who plays the Red Skull or he's called Red Death.
Red Death. Who is the Red Skull?
Who is the Red Skull? And he's voiced by a really. I apologize for blanking on the actor's name, but he's been in like almost all the Stephen King adaptations.
Okay. Was he in? Oh fuck me, the John Steinbeck, Mice and Men.
Yeah. He was.
What's it? Fuck, dude, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yes.
His face I could always recognize.
It's very angular. Very
angular.
Talking about Lieutenant Dan?
No, not Lieutenant Dan.
No, it is Lieutenant Dan.
Oh shit! Yes! Oh my god! Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
This brilliant actor who he can't.
Lieutenant Dan. Yeah. He didn't have no legs. He was also in. Yeah, he's been in Stephen King adaptations, both the really good ones and the
really bad ones.
Oh wow, they made that too. Huh?
Wait, you didn't like Maximum Overdrive or what?
Oh man, Maximum. You know what my favorite part of Maximum Overdrive is? What? The ads for Maximum Overdrive with Stephen King in them. Have you seen those? And Stephen King just kind of like, in my opinion, being at the end of his like drinking and coked out period of the 80s.
Well, that was the end of his coked out.
And
that's why the movie's so fucking crazy.
It's just, and then him giving himself the cameo where he's just like some loser with like flip up sunglasses.
Yeah.
Honey, this ATM just called me an asshole. I don't know why I like that movie so much. It's such a dumb movie. Did you ever see? I'm sorry. One more. Did you ever see a movie called Skinwalkers with Stephen King?
No, I've heard about it though.
So Stephen King wrote like an original story about like cat werewolves, cat wolves, Werecats.
So it's like the Scooby-Doo movie.
It's like the Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh.
Okay. It's more than you would believe. And
did he rip off the Scooby-Doo movie? Or did the Scooby-Doo movie rip off?
Scooby-Doo ripped off Steven. Sorry.
Damn it, I wanted
given his age, like.
Yeah.
But it's really worth it just for one scene in the movie where your protagonist has just found mutilated bodies in a cornfield that are all scratched up in the face, and he goes up. Oh, and it's so then you see Stephen King playing like a hick farmer because he has a type that he plays.
Yeah.
and he walks up to Clive Barker, who's dressed as a cop,
Okay.
and he's just like trying to defend himself, like, you can't pin this on me. This is my cornfield. He's like, oh, you gotta talk to that with my superior. And then Toby Hooper comes in just for like 3 lines of like Stephen King like fumbling over. Oh, you. He's like Justin Roiland in any scene. But no, it's like a 3-minute scene with Toby Hooper, Stephen King, and Clive Barker all like kind of acting, and it's great. I really love that scene. Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask, what do you think of Dark Tower coming with Idris Elba?
Oh,
I think it's great. Like,
I'm about it.
I'm down it.
I'm about that life. Have you heard anything about like what they're gonna do with the project?
No, I just know that and the actor.
Okay. I think all we have right now is the casting.
There's one piece of information that I'm aware of that only will make sense for people who've read it. So this isn't really a spoiler.
Yeah.
Is the Dark Tower... So it's going to be a movie series, and they might still do the mini-series kind of interstitial things. Mm-hmm. So, because I know Ron Howard wanted to do 3 movies with 2 mini-series between each movie.
I guess it makes sense because like there's so many... and those books are fucking big.
So much, yeah. It's a lot of stuff. So they might still do that. Mm-hmm. But... they've officially said, like, the film series will be a sequel to the books, not an adaptation of the books.
Damn it.
Oh, okay.
But...
because I never finished the Dark Tower series because I got to a point I went, oh, these are... This is a commitment.
This is a big commitment. There's a lot of, like, you have to learn what the fucking turtle means and all this shit. Yeah. But, so, my understanding is... again, I don't want to... when you read the last of the books, that comment takes on a different context. Okay. That it's going to be a sequel, not a direct adaptation.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say anything else. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
That's great.
And so back to what you were.
Oh yeah.
No, like it sucks because I do want to talk about some of the tracks themselves.
But it literally just came out.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and by the time this episode comes out, it'll only be like 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to spoil like a lot of the context that goes into them.
It's okay because I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about this month that I can spoil.
Yeah.
Because. Fuck you. If I do. Fuck me if I like spoil that, you know.
Can you say any of the guest artists who are
yeah.
Oh, they're all out there, right? Like
De La Soul,
of course.
I got some new ones. Khalid Rich. She was like a new singer.
Oh wow.
Didn't he dig in for like new singers this time too?
Yeah, he really.
Which is weird because which is the opposite of like Plastic Beach, where he went for really old like.
He went for Snoop Dogg. And, yeah.
There were some.
Bobby Womack's on like 3 songs.
Yeah. There was a track that reminded me of Bobby Womack, and I got bummed out.
Yeah.
Even though it was a happy song, and I was bummed out.
Such a fantastic singer.
One of the greatest writers. He wrote for Janis Joplin. Wrote for
he's one of the
songwriting for everybody.
Oh man.
Yeah. You know what Damon Albarn is? Damon Albarn's like just a fantastic director of music, if that makes sense. Like he can just get someone in there and go, "This is what we need to do."
Yeah.
For any artist.
Yeah, and I love how much Jamie Hewlett's changing with his art style.
I mean, he really...
it's much different this time.
He's really committed to never doing the same thing twice.
Which I think is great. I think I really like that idea.
Yeah.
Like, I was in love with the idea that some of the characters were in different, like, animation styles.
Yeah.
Before, like, people would be familiar with Amazing World of Gumball now. At the time, like, Gorillaz kind of did that beforehand.
Like 2D is...
2D is actually 2D, which one's the one in 3D? 3D? Like in full CG?
Russell was animated in 3D in Plastic Beach, I think.
Yeah. You know? And then there was one other character. Is it Noodle? That was in 3D?
Cyborg Noodle.
Cyborg Noodle's in 3D.
Because she's 3D.
Because she's 3D mechanic. Yeah, no, that's really cool. But I love shit like that.
And then they had that weird plot line with the gas mask man in Plastic Beach. I don't know if you remember that. And he's like just he's just like a live action filmed character put into...
And then really cool. The Do Your Thing video with Outkast.
Oh man, I love that video.
That's Damon Albarn's actual house.
Is that his actual house?
That's his house. The thing was, when they were filming, they had to animate the staircase wider because it's really narrow in real life, so they had to stretch it.
Wow.
And then at one point, they talked about how they just picked up random shit from garbage.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
There's a lot of off-screen stuff they put that didn't get into the cut.
What kind of stuff?
Like there was on the staircase below, I think it was where Murdoch was coming down. Yeah. That scene, it had there was a wall that had a hole in it, and there was something written on it that was tagged on it, and it says 2D's head was smashed here. Signed Murdoch.
Yeah. I just love the throwaway. Like, they do have a lot of, like, blink and you miss it kind of stuff in a lot of their... Like, when they did Cribs, MTV Cribs.
Yeah, I fucking love that. Well, I always have the scene of Murdoch pissing on the MTV Awards.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's in the bathroom. It's literally right before the toilet. Mm-hmm. So he could just walk one more step to the toilet.
He could.
But decides to stop.
Wait. They have that in the Do You Thing video, they have that bit where 2D opens up Murdoch's door and it's just infinite void. Yeah. And then just the sound of screaming somewhere.
On a sheep.
On a sheep. Yeah. That's a great video. It's a great song. I really like Do You Thing.
Yeah, no, it's really good one.
Yeah. Just to sponsor Converse.
Just to sponsor Converse, man.
And the whole joke of that song is that Outkast won't come out with the new album.
Well, they keep asking when.
Can we have a new Outkast album?
Yeah. No, but because Outkast is great.
No. It was a special time in all of our lives.
Oh, right. Yeah, but I always love how they deconstruct every genre they tackle.
Yeah,
do such a great job of it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
This time around, they're basically I don't know, but the direction they're going, it seems like they're deconstructing the music nowadays.
Oh, and so they've gone more contemporary.
Yeah. Okay. So it's interesting how they're taking it, and a lot of the guest stars, like some of them, I did not hear into that point, but I think that's every album where.
Yeah, there's always people on there. You're like, I don't fucking know who that is, which is great on Damon Albarn's part because that means he's really hunting.
Yeah,
and like, or at least is so in tune with music going on that he can know which ones he wants. He doesn't just go for the big guys. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, there's no like Bruno Mars on this or like so like.
But are they? I mean, even though the fact is they absolutely have the star power to say like.
No, he could.
Yeah,
he could. He has like the ability and money at this point to do that kind of stuff, or at least the name behind it is so big that any studio would want to do it.
Can I say, I have heard, there's only one musician I've ever heard, turn down Gorillaz.
Who was it?
It was the singer from the Smiths. It was Morrissey.
Oh, really?
Morrissey was like, no. Which is like, really, Morrissey?
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I remember that, and then...
That's okay, he's part of the Smiths.
He's a part of the Smiths.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be. Like, also he's...
They don't need him.
He's in the... The Gorillaz is bigger than more. We're in LA.
I'm not gonna...
You can't say bad things about Morrissey. We live in LA.
I was about to say, I can't... I could do it right here now because I do it in person all the time. But I'm not gonna give my full stance.
But I don't know, the whole album I was kind of bummed
They're
out.
up their own ass. Okay, anyway, let's keep going.
Let's keep it here. No, I was just kind of bummed out because David Bowie, he was planned to.
Oh, he was gonna be on it. Shit.
That's true.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Damon Albarn, I think, came out with that like after his passing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that blows.
What a
wasted chance. What
a different world that'd be.
Yeah.
We would be in a different timeline.
That would be I would hope if that had happened he would have never told anyone. And it looks like he wasn't gonna tell anyone until it happened.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be I don't even want it to be the last track on the album. I want it to be the middle track.
Like a third or fourth.
Yeah, because you kind of just glance over and you don't really you only remember the end points and the starting points because you assume that's what the best ones are going to be.
Yeah.
start strong.
No,
strong.
fuck it. I wanted him unlisted. That's what I want.
Unlisted.
Yeah.
And I just want his voice to come on.
And then people to be like, "Is that fucking
David
David Bowie?"
Bowie.
Well, that's like with Fire Over the Monkey's Head when they got oh shit, that narrator guy.
The guy from Blue Velvet. Yeah,
Blue
I know
Velvet,
who you mean. The guy who's scarier without any costumes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot his name, but yeah, it's like that where he was unscripted, and I did hope that David Bowie would be unscripted as well.
They would have had it then. One thing that would have happened though, not only would it have been a great track, there would have been then a myth started about like, if you're an older musician, don't fucking work with the Gorillaz. They fucking die. They work with them and then they fucking die.
It's almost like they're old.
Out dead in the booth.
I was about to say, because Bobby Mormack was super old at the time.
Yeah, fucking. And the guy from Fire Out of the Monkey's Head, he died like a few months after that, too. Yeah.
Well, because I think David Albarn is just like, I need to get them now.
I have to get them now.
I can do it. So
I can smell it.
He's like those cats in nursing homes who are like, it's so warm here near the death. Yeah.
So, other than that, I think I've been reading this new comedy manga I got into called Grand Blue.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Oh, isn't there a mobile game based off of it? Is it Grand Blue Fantasy? Grand Blue Fantasy?
No, that has something else entirely.
Oh, wait. So there's two things called Grand Blue?
Yeah, there's one just Grand
I'll
Blue.
look this up.
It's Grand Blue.
Because one has a lot of porn after it.
Oh,
and the other has like...
It's anything.
I'm interested in all
Not
of
that I would know, but hey.
I don't know what you're talking about. This one's a comedy manga. It's about diving. It's about like scuba
diving. Okay, yeah, that's way different.
Scuba diving, yeah. Yeah.
How are they going to fit anything in their mouth? They already have a thing in their mouth to scuba.
It's pretty great. The humor reminds me a lot of Ippo. It's very physical. It's very physical and kind of situational.
That's cool.
It's like a very Western. Reminds me of. I don't know. It's weird to say, but it does kind of remind me of like Looney Tunes.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's cool.
The building up situations and then the exaggeration. It's pretty cool. It's great.
And then one long scene.
The
joke.
Yeah. I describe it. Okay, I'll just do this once. I'll explain this one scene.
Go ahead.
So it's literally in the first couple chapters. And your main character, straight out of high school.
Oh, it's Grand Blue. Okay.
Grand Blue.
Not Grand Blue.
Not Grand
Okay.
Blue. Grand Blue. Yeah.
Not like grandparents. No.
I'm looking it up on this magic device in my hands. I just want to say one time, we were hanging out with. I was in a class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Well, we can discuss and answer. What species on Earth is there any to kill off that without like major repercussions, right?" Mm-hmm. And then someone went, "What about mosquitoes? They don't do much, do they?" And then I went, I don't know. And then I pulled out my phone and I started looking it up. And then he goes, "Yeah." And then everyone's still debating, "Do what, dude?" He goes, "Yeah." And I went, "Well, I'm going to look it up on this magic computer that's in my pocket because, he said we could. So it's amazing what we can do now."
I can have all of human history, or like you said, weird animated pornography, like whatever, either one or both.
That's what tabs are for.
That's what tabs are for. Exactly.
That's why they're invented.
Why do you have so many tabs open? Don't worry about it. That's why. Don't worry about
cars, floor tiles. I'll explain that later. I guess one scene I'll explain for Grand Blue is that in the beginning, your protagonist comes in straight out of high school. He's a tall, average-looking kid, and he's about to go into this. He's gonna live with his uncle, moving away from home. Like, I'm gonna have my old college life, experience the college experience, and like it'll be perfect. And I'll get away from home, have a new identity.
Sure.
So it turns out, this scuba diving class, they do a lot of drinking.
Okay.
And every time they drink, they get very naked.
Okay.
So that's the whole thing. Like they're all like these very athletic
That's their
people.
gimmick.
No, like that's like the running
That's their
joke.
shtick.
That's the running joke with that's how the club scuba diving club works.
And this isn't a sex thing.
Is this supposed to be like
thing.
a parody of like most school club animes or mangas, like Free and stuff like that?
Oh, where it's clearly just like temptation for the sake of like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe something's gonna happen.
Maybe something's gonna happen.
It's not, but
it's
like
not.
we're gonna keep saying maybe it will.
No, I guess it's kind of more like, I don't know, like it's like a fraternity, sort of. They kind of treat it like that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
And they get naked all the time, so...
No, they take their clothes... You know, like in Ipo, they keep taking their clothes off, like...
Yeah, there's this weird scene
It's like
in
that.
the shower.
They won't stop taking
No,
their clothes off.
Takamura won't stop, like, fucking honking people's dicks.
Yeah, he grabs someone's dick. He's like, wait, this isn't the guy's dick I usually grab. This is someone else's. It's way bigger.
I would know this with my eyes closed.
But Takamura gets away with it because
he
he's,
said
like, the
something like
biggest scumbag on earth.
Yeah.
Takamura's such a fucking great character, dude. Like,
Oh, dude, he's awesome.
just how far they drive into it. Like...
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do other. That's probably the worst thing he does.
Yeah.
Like, is that? But he's just an overall like terrible human being. But he's the champ also.
Yeah.
He has like it's a great balance between the most horrible person and like a redeemable character.
Dude, I love by the time he gets his last belt, he becomes like the heavyweight. Not the middleweight champion of the world.
Yeah, he's not even heavyweight. He's middleweight.
Again, I told you how before, like all the people are going after him because he beat Eagle.
Yeah.
How come this asshole is beating the hero?
The whole Eagle run.
I'm boxing because of Eagle, and then Takamura took him down.
The build up to the Eagle thing has like one of my favorite just cut jokes. Where Golden Eagle comes out. And he's the champ. He's a very professional, world-renowned boxer. Goes out, signs people stuff, helps out the kids. Tell them, hey, maybe try doing this instead of that, or stuff. And then they're like, oh man, Golden Eagle, that's an ideal champ, right? It's really good, man. Takamura's gonna have a hard time. And then immediately their heads turn to their own gym, and just. A kid flies out the door, followed by Takamura's foot, and he goes, "My autographs cost like 5,000 yen, motherfucker! Do you not see the statue of me above the building,
dude?" Okay,
get out.
In the manga, like I said, when he gets his last belt,
the fucking statue. No, I get the statue every time I see it. It's like because it's just a big fucking bronze statue of him with the belt on the fucking gym.
Arms on his side with the biggest shit-eating grin. Staring off into the horizon.
And of course, the "Bring all your women of Japan to me" is like my favorite line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude.
The entire series.
Okay, real quick. In the manga, there's a point when he wins his last belt against Bison. And
Bison from Street Fighter.
No, the guy's name is Bison. And again, he's the one who trained with David Eagle, so he's trying to like inspire, like, if I beat him, like I can face Eagle now, because that's what people all in America. That's how much of a good guy David Eagle is. Because they all look up to him. Yeah. Takamura's this asshole. So
I can't believe he lost to an asshole. I love that our hero is like the biggest asshole in the world. Our hero would be the villain, or at least the jobber.
Yeah.
And then he would be one of the first off to go. The asshole who just needs to be taught a quick lesson.
Yes.
But he's our hero and our champion.
Yeah. So after you
fucking Ippo's so fucking good, dude. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, so after he wins it, the announcer goes up to him and asks him, "So, how do you feel winning this match?" "How do I feel?" "Yeah, I'm just, for your match. How do I feel? Or how does the king feel?" "What?" "The king of the new boxing ring all bow down to me. Get on your knees." And everyone starts throwing shit at him. Like, "I can't believe I cheered for you." And then
yeah, that's my favorite. Because then we see it with the audience, right? The audience is the viewer, right? In that they're with them. They're like, "Yeah, you fucking did it, man." And then he says that one thing that returns his character back to. Just when you think he's gonna learn something, and then the whole audience fucking turns on him. It's the best.
Yeah, that keeps happening.
But they keep coming and watch. Dude, there's such a good analogy for for the audience. Like,
dude. And then when they and like every time
I want to rewatch all of Evo.
Yeah,
I want to rewatch all 300 episodes.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah,
you get a chance, and the movies too are really nice.
Movies are really nice.
And so after
bittersweet, one of them too. Like,
oh yeah,
it's actually like pretty well done.
Yeah, really nice.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So at one point, when the audience are throwing stuff at him, and then the team tries to carry him away, try to hide him from the public. They're carrying him away into the locker rooms, and then the coach is yelling like, "How can you be such an asshole? Why can't you just say thank you or thanks so much? I appreciate it." And he says, and while they're carrying him, he has his arm crossed and just staying like a mummy, like just sitting there with a straight face. And he's like, "So, how do you guys feel carrying the weight of the champion?"
So everybody go watch and read Evo. You're in for the treat of your life.
And then he goes to that. And then he goes traveling.
Like it's one of the few shows I think it deserves to run as long as it has, because every time, because the author and he helps out with the anime too. Yeah. Always figures out some way to make the next match even more funny or as poignant as the last. They're always entertaining.
Yeah.
Even one where you're like, I'm not even excited, has one of the coolest moments in all of the show. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But Grand Blue is like that, so it has a lot of situational stuff. And in the beginning of Grand Blue, when he gets into his room, he's like, "Oh, this is new. I have to start cleaning my room and start setting up my room, set my bed here and my books there. I got class. I gotta do it." And then he goes to his cousin and the two members. They are jocks, but when you get to know them, they're actually really nice characters.
Okay.
So he runs to them and asks them, "Hey, is it okay? I have class. Is it okay if you guys help set up my room? My box is there. You're gonna fix it up the way I would like it." And they say, "Okay, the way you like it. Okay, for you." So then the main character goes to class, and then he comes back, and then when he goes into his room, they get a character that's one of the biggest otakus ever, and he's just shoving anime posters and naked anime girls statues, and he's like, "Well, I thought isn't this what you want?" He's like, "Why? I didn't want this, but he's a college student too. Isn't this what college students want? Isn't it what they're curious about?" "No, it's not what I want at all. You know what I like." "Oh, okay, I got it." So then they change it up. He goes in and it's filled with nothing but porn. Nothing but porn, big posters of women's legs spread out, and just stacks of DVDs, and he just says like, "What? This is not what I wanted." And then like, "I can't believe this." And then he turns around and his cousin, she walks in and sees it all, and she just stares at it like, I mean, if he's curious. That's why I closed the door. And then he goes to...
Damn, that incestual relationship will never happen.
and then he goes to his friends, and then he demands to them to change it. He's like, "That's not what I want. I want the opposite of this." He's like, "Oh, okay, the opposite of this." So he goes into his room. It's all male porn. Sure. It's all male porn stars.
So it's just like slapstick comedy scenes throughout this thing. That's pretty great.
And then also they have the resources to just decorate the entire room 3 times.
Someone must have had this. Someone had to go out shopping. Exactly. Or had already had them stacked.
Or had a box full of he didn't like the women. Here's the gay porn box.
Yeah, they must have had it in storage. Yeah. But because of that, the cousin tells everyone that he might be bisexual. So there's one character who generally believes that he is bisexual.
Oh my god.
He's curious.
What a treat.
Yeah.
What a treat.
It is a great manga. It's still ongoing. It's 34 chapters in.
34 chapters?
Yeah,
that's pretty short.
It's recent, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the diving one.
That's the diving, scuba diving, yeah.
Scuba diving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the fantasy.
Not the yeah.
I wish.
I really want to watch that. I really want to read that now. That
sounds interesting.
A fun time.
Yeah.
That's when you slapstick anymore,
Yeah.
Especially manga.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you read in Ippo when people think Kimura is a pedophile?
Takamura, or wait, who?
Kimura, Aoki's friend.
Oh. Wait, no, I didn't know people thought that.
No, not in real life. In the characters, there's a point where they start assuming. There's hints.
Oh, really?
They take misinformation. They take it as hints that he might be a pedophile.
Ooh, okay.
Because there's a point when they go into his apartment, and he always babysits the neighbors' children.
Sure.
Yeah. He's like a surprisingly good guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Like, his family, neighbors know each other, and they help each other out. So, one of the children started babysitting left a toy out.
Okay.
And it was of a scantily clad woman figure.
Oh, okay.
Like a heroine, like superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Ippo, his two friends Ippo and Aoki were there, and they see it under his bed. It's like, why is this under his bed? Why is it so scantily? What's he into? And he's like, no, it's not. And then instead of saying that he babysits, because he doesn't want them to find out for the kids' safety, he thinks.
Right.
Yeah. Because then they'll want to come over and like fuck with the kid, especially Aoki.
Yeah. So he lies and says, I have a girlfriend. My girlfriend left that there. And they're like, okay. I mean, if someone, I don't know what she would see in him. Like, okay, we're all gonna go with our ladies to a carnival. You know, if you want to bring yours, yeah, I'll bring mine. It's like, okay, all right, we'll see you there. So then like the next day at the carnival, everyone's huddled together, except Kimura, and he said he's late. He's gonna come later, and then everyone's huddled like, and Aoki and Ippo are telling the story like, you know, and we found that toy, and like. He says it's like children. Like, do you think he's into that? He's like, and all the girlfriend's like, no, like it's probably just a misunderstanding. He can call him, see if he's close. Yeah, sure. And then Aoki picks up the phone. He calls him, and then he can hear Kimura behind him.
Oh.
And Kimura has a child next to him.
Right.
And Aoki says, hey, are you with your girlfriend? He's like, oh yeah, I'm bringing her right now. But Kimura's holding the kid's hand because she got lost.
Oh.
So he's looking for her parents. Oh. But in their concept, they think that little girl is his girlfriend.
Oh no.
So yeah, there's a lot of situations like that. Besides the matches. I think that's it for me.
That's it?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Ian, what's been going on?
Let's see. Telling stories at the end. I'll talk about my trip at the end, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So instead of that, I have been watching the reboot of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
It's next. It's the next.
It's such a good time.
I heard it's really good. I heard it's really great. I heard it has one of the best problems where there's, one thing like there's a lot more jokes per minute.
There are
type deal, but a lot of them are like 80% of them or something are so good that
you miss parts.
You miss jokes, which is a wonderful problem to have.
It's a great problem.
Because that means if it has rewatch value, because then you'll catch a joke you never like. It's really great.
I agree. I mean, oh my god. So I'll just go through the whole thing.
Okay.
Felicia Day, Patton Oswalt.
Yes.
The Doy. They're great.
Nerd icons.
Nerd icons. It's couldn't have a safer bet.
Yeah.
But man, they did you guys watch old Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yeah, I watched all the Gamera through that. I watched Monos the Hands of Fate. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I watched the Voodoo one. I watched the Santa Claus.
That one's terrifying.
I don't think I've watched all of them, but I've watched a good number because there's a lot.
I definitely haven't watched all of them.
Yeah, and they're all like an hour and a half because they're fucking movies.
They're full movies, yeah. So I think also they've really worked the format down even better.
Okay.
Because now each episode is closer to a tight 90 minutes, and they just cut out parts of the movie because not every part is going to be.
Yeah, that's something I remember in Mystery Science Theater where like sometimes there would just be dead air or or just the movie going on.
Yeah, exactly. So now they just kind of cut around that.
Yeah.
The way they do it is by justifying that Felicia Day's character has transmitted all audio-visual information onto liquid.
Okay.
Like Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
But the joke is that it keeps spilling, so periodically like there'll just be bubbles and just like parts of the film are missing.
Okay.
Which I think's funny. But so they still have Invention Corner where they come out with like dumb inventions. One is punt bunnies. if you have a really stressful life, wouldn't it be nice if you had a pet that likes being abused? And then they also have one that I really like where Jonah Ray is the new guy, the new human on Satellite of Love. Mm-hmm. And one of his inventions is, you notice there's no holiday music for Thanksgiving? Well, not anymore with the turkey theremin. Yeah. It'll make everything sound either sci-fi or spooky. It's just a theremin shoved through a turkey. Yeah.
That was like a whole Bob's Burger episode where Linda's like, "There's no music for Thanksgiving,"
and they write that terrifying "Sailors in Your Mouth."
Yeah, sailors in your mouth.
Which, by the way, I'll get back, but you know, like the guy Lauren Bouchard who does Bob's Burgers and Lucy, the Daughter of the Devil, and all that.
Yeah,
he's friends with the band The National. Who's like this very indie kind of band. But they do covers of all of the music on Bob's Burgers.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And it's like, but it's weird, because like The National is a very like moody, like, whisper inspirationally, very serious. And so they're singing Sailors in Your Mouth.
Okay, see, I would listen to that.
It's amazing. So,
I think I found my hat.
They do cover that one. They cover that. They also cover Bad Stuff Happens in the Bathroom. Like they get, and they got this amazing British singer.
Fart.
They got
a toot in your boot.
They got the guy from the Magnetic Field, Stephen Merchant. He did a cover of Electric Love from the Topsy the Elephant episode.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Man.
Really? Okay.
I recommend... I think... one last one. They also got Saint Vincent, who's also, again, an indie singer, and she sang a song called Bad Girls when Tina made friends with the bad girl.
Oh, okay.
They animated all these music videos. People...
Oh, really?
Go watch them. They're out
neat.
there.
I might check them out.
Oh my god, Bob's Burgers. Mystery Science Theater, the casting is really good. Mm-hmm. The robots are different voice actors now, but I think they kind of... Everyone kind of gets their roles. Yeah. I think. Patton Oswalt is just so fun to watch get abused for some reason. When he's just like the shit taker for every situation.
Oh, he's so good at playing just the sad sack.
The sad, just taking heaped abuse upon. He's so... And then he just makes this innocent... Like, why is this happening face? And it makes it so much
I really like the first episode. Can I just have this, please? I just want this name.
I can't wait to watch it, dude. I'm, like, so looking forward.
The show... I'm not going to spoil the specifics, but the show does have guest stars on it sometimes.
Cool.
Which was kind of unusual for MS3TK... Mystery Science Theater.
For whatever reason, it's easier for me to just say Mystery Science Theater than MSTK3 or 3K.
3K. The very first episode they set up why Jonah is there. They do the pilot episode.
Yeah, they're all like descendants, right?
They're basically like Patton is playing a character called Joe, but he goes by TV's son of TV's Frank. He's Frank's son. Okay. And Felicia Day is playing the daughter of the last villain and the granddaughter of the first villain.
Oh wow.
And Jonah Ray is just a guy. Some guy.
Okay. It has to be just some guy.
Like, it just has to kind of be like some middle of the road, middle America seaman guy, even though he's from Hawaii. But which isn't really a state.
You know they hate that over there. I found
Hawaii?
that out. Yeah,
being a state.
No, how people say when they visit, they're like, "Well, back in the States."
Oh,
like,
for sure.
People say that all the time.
It's a state. It's been a state for like at least 60 years.
Yeah.
So much meth.
It is. It's like a hot Alabama.
Yeah.
That's redundant.
Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. So much meth.
What if Alabama had volcanoes and we still did meth?
Cool. What a different world that'd be.
What a world where David Bowie sang on that album.
What a different world it'd be if FF7 came on the N64 instead of PlayStation.
Oh, shut up with that shit.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't have been as good.
I'd be bald.
Can I just talk about one of the episodes because it's fucking amazing?
Yeah.
So the first two episodes. The first episode is Reptilicus, which is
that was one of the ones because there was a podcast I was listening to and they were talking about that one.
It's a really good episode. Highly recommend it. But the one I was most impressed with was the second episode so far. I'm about 6-7 episodes in. They have an episode called The Time Machine.
Okay.
And it's just such a weird... I mean, all of them are weird movies, but it's like the setup is there's 3 scientists and a janitor. And they're working on a science project for a time window.
Okay.
Which sends them 150 years in the future. Where the future is like a radioactive wasteland and there's just... mutant cave people living on the surface. And then it turns out the only people who are real people anymore are scientists who hid in caves. But the thing
it's loosely based on the Time Machine.
Yeah. Kind of the Time Machine.
Kind of. Yeah.
And so they're trapped in the future and they have to try and work their way back to the past. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of the Time Machine mixed with Back to the Future. Okay. But all the humans in the future have like robot slaves, and the robot slaves are like terrifying pink flesh-colored people with like drainage grates for mouths instead of noses and mouths.
Yeah,
and they're clearly it's actors in prosthetics and stuff, but like periodically they will. Like, the robots will break down, and then just black smoke will pour out of their great mouths. And it sometimes is like, oh, I really hope that's a mannequin, and you didn't make an actor. Dude, hold that near their face.
They put one of the smoke bombs in their, like,
in their mouth.
Yeah. You better keep blowing, or else it goes the other way.
Or it will poison you.
The minute you take a breath.
Need commitment.
You know what, Tom? This is what you studied at Juilliard. This is... So, yeah, the premises are really great. They're really funny stories. And one thing that I think is kind of cool is when I had heard Mystery Science Theater is coming back, I had kind of thought, like, oh, will they do more modern bad movies? And I think the most modern one they have is Hercules' Lover. Which is, that's 86.
Okay.
But other than that, they kind of stick to their, up to the 70s, back to the 40s, like, schlocky.
Because there was so much crap. That was
so much shit churned out.
That was just churned. Yeah.
And, like, because I know that some people were thinking, like, oh, are they going to do, like, The Room? And it's like, man...
No, Riff Tracks is doing all the modern stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Samurai Cop.
God, I'm so mad I missed that. Have you seen it yet?
I only heard about it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we didn't get to go watch it in the theaters because I want to fucking watch Samurai Cop.
Yeah.
Will they watch Samurai Cop 2?
Because they are making a sequel, and Tommy Wiseau is helping make it.
Wiseau is
Shit, dude! Like,
he would invest in it.
I'm so excited about that as an idea. Like, that, and I know that, because the Franco brothers are making a movie about the making of The
Disaster
Room.
Artist. It's based on the book that was, like, the other guy from The Room.
The most normal of the guys?
Because he was there the entire time and, like, did a tell-all. Yeah, and apparently it already premiered at Sundance, I believe.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. And Bryan Cranston's in it.
Yeah.
James Franco.
Seth Rogen is in it.
Yeah. And Tommy Wiseau is in it.
He makes it
he's not playing himself. He's playing some... That was part of the deal for them to make this movie is that Tommy Wiseau had to be in it.
Had to appear. So I am very excited to see that movie, but
I am too.
I also heard that the fellow who wrote that book and played the best friend in the room, blanking on his name, but him and Tommy Wiseau have made another movie.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's like, and Tommy Wiseau plays a. This is the pitch. Tommy Wiseau plays a wise, worldly embalmer.
Okay.
A mortician who's ready to teach some people some life lessons about what living's really all about. And the guy who's friends with Tommy and wrote the tell-all book and apparently still talks to him. Is like they're close still. Is just
as close as he's he's the closest.
He's the closest to this hurricane of a person.
Yeah. Closest as far as we know human beings.
Sure. Closer than any of the sex mannequins I'm sure he owns. He's like, I feel like this movie is really about Tommy, and it's really going to tell us a lot. Tommy is a mortician who travels the country teaching people lessons.
Because it just sounds like an excuse for him to give life lessons.
It really does. And I'm so ready for the end of that film to just be like, Tommy Wiseau, I murder people and have sex with their faces, and then I teach people lessons. That's not close to what his accent says.
He keeps the law in his factories.
He keeps... Oh, man. Oh, man. Fuck. Yeah, so... MST3K.
Mm-hmm.
Great show.
Yeah.
Please watch it.
I gotta watch some of those riff tracks because it is like the original guys.
Where can you watch riff tracks?
I think they have their own website and
it's
you
like...
can buy like the thing.
Oh,
because
okay.
now they can do big movies. Like they did all the prequels for Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I have to get around to going through that stuff because if anything, I just got to buy the Samurai Cop one.
Samurai Cop is worth all the money.
Yeah.
It is.
Man, okay, if anyone hasn't watched Samurai Cop, go watch Samurai.
You should also watch A Talking Cat. If you have, you know about that movie?
No, I don't.
Nope.
Man. Okay, so there's this guy.
It's not the one with what's his name from House of Cards.
No, it's that. No. It's not 9 Lives.
Okay.
So there's this guy who lives out in the valley here in California. That's local speak. And no, he just churns out these shitty B movies, and his most famous one so far is A Talking Cat. You have because it's an exclamation mark, question mark, another exclamation mark.
Okay.
And like the setup for the movie is like single dad who's making a lot of money. He's not connecting with his family so good. And then there's like a girl who has a brother and a single mom, and I'm not going to explain all the dynamics. Basically, everyone's sad.
Yeah.
And then this cat comes out from the woods, and he's like, I'm a talking cat, but I can only talk to people one time, so here's my advice, blah, blah, blah. I'm never going to speak to you again. Talking cat. And it's like, it's so odd. It's like, what's that animation style? It's like that weird 60s animation style where it's just a close-up shot of something, and they superimpose a human's mouth.
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but it's fucking creepy.
It's terrifying, and I love it. The guy, to be fair, the guy kind of got famous for doing, like, weird homoerotic horror films, is most of his other stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like Haunted House 13, MILF Witches, Haunted House 13, Mummy's Home, which is weird because that one's about jacked dudes just hanging out. But A Talking Cat.
He just really likes puns.
He loves puns.
Yeah.
He loves puns. You can watch all the 1313 Drive. There's like, I think there's 13 of those movies.
Yeah.
But A Talking Cat is such a dumb movie and I love it. Please go watch Talking Cat. It's good. It's okay. So clearly the guy one last thing. Clearly the guy who makes these movies has like a friend who is rich.
Yeah.
Or knows because he shoots all of his movies in like 3 houses and one of them is the same fucking like mansion that has this like there's half of a VW Bug used as a sofa in the living room.
Okay.
And it's like really like not subtle decorating, so you're like, oh, this is the same house in the different. And in A Talking Cat, they have the dad character walk in, and he's like, "Ooh, why is everything in here so ugly? I should have paid a different interior just decorate the house different before you shoot the movie." Anyway, okay, yes, that was my own riff tracks on A Talking Cat. You should really watch it. As far as reading. I've been reading 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marcal. It's like a...
Yeah, I've heard the names thrown around. Oh.
It's a great piece of literature. I'll be honest, I've been so busy with classes, I haven't had a time to get too deep into it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me and you already talked about my schedule, like, for stuff. So, no, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So, but so far it's a really good piece of lit. So if you're interested in Latin American literature, like, it's pretty good. It's magical realism. If you like Sandra Bullock flop movie from the 90s, Practical Magic, you'll probably like that movie. Imagine that, but with, like, Mexican people. It's great.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
It's no Latin lover.
No, it's no oh my god, dude. That's Edward Norton in that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Fucking shit.
Like, I can't believe that got through.
That got through so many people before it had to get
and there's,
shot.
like, names on that.
There's big names on that.
I don't know. I wonder if it'll end up like Bruno or like Borat, where it's like kind of like satirical.
No, but it's not, though. It's like, from what I can gather from, like, trailers I've seen, because I was really curious about how this movie got made.
As we all are.
No, it just seems to be a rom-com.
It's just a rom-com where Edward Norton is playing a Latino man.
Yeah, Latino man.
I'm sorry. I'm just
like the star of American History X.
Or
the guy raped that guy in prison.
Every time,
no, he was raped.
He was raped.
Yeah.
Every time I think about Edward Norton in that role, which I won't lie, I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
I think about him in Birdman, where he just walks
I
out.
Still haven't seen fucking.
He walks out with a hard-on in tidy whities on a stage full of people, and like you hear an audible gasp from the crowd. And then Michael Keaton has to be the adult in a situation where it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't...
Yeah.
I find it amusing every time Michael Keaton is the not crazy person in the scene. It's always very funny to me. Nice. We can talk about stuff I'm looking forward to after this.
Yeah,
There's some stuff I am
There's
really
a lot
looking forward
of stuff
to.
that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so what have I been up to? So we just started streaming on Mancers Play All Night, so it's kind of just getting all that set up. For those who haven't watched it, we did Persona 5 first. Sadly, those videos weren't archived because I forgot to save changes. As I later found out, I felt really bad because we had a great running joke about Morgana being raped by Kamoshida. There's a very specific reason why we thought that. They're like a very incredibly specific reason.
Me and my sex slaves.
Yeah, because they're just sex slaves in the thing. Okay, but the one that was archived was me and you ukulele, and that was great because I'm super tired and trying to keep the stream going for 4 hours.
We were both tired and exhausted.
Yeah,
but
like we had fun. That game's great.
Yeah.
That game is very old style rare, like Banjo-Kazooie,
cool.
Banjo-Tooie, and a lot of people were mad about that. Like people had Kickstarted went, this game feels old, and then I just remember, well, the Kickstarter said we're gonna make an old style platformer like Banjo. They got exactly what they paid for.
Exactly.
If in my head, and there's such. It's real fun to play, and just it's kind of crazy how open those worlds become.
Oh yeah,
like because usually you just move from world to world after you find everything, but in this it's like you collect pages because they're called pages out of cages. There's that rap. There was that rap. There was that rap that came out. Well, hey man, this is rare. We're talking about
ukulele.
So. And instead of spending 5 to unlock a new world, you can spend 2 to expand a current world and get new stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just really cool. I mean, Shovel Knight looks great in that. A lot of the dialogue's pretty on point with rare stuff. Like, I don't even want to spoil some of those jokes because I think they're just great in the moment. Yeah. My favorite thing about that game is they have an enemy that's just a pair of googly eyes. And they jump around and try to find objects in the environment to jump on to
make their
and then
eyes
they come
googly?
alive, and their eyes are still on there. So it's like next level meta, like for Rare. It's fucking amazing. That game's really fun. If you just like old 3D platformers, like that kind of stuff, and if you like fucking Rare just in general, that game's great.
Yeah,
the game's really good. What else? So the big thing was Persona 5 came out.
Yes.
I am now like 60 hours or something in. And that's me trying to find time, like, while still doing all this stuff. So all my weekends are pretty much gone now. And then I pull up a bunch of late nights just playing it. So that game's great. Like, what else is there?
It's awesome.
How much overlap does it have with the previous?
No. Well, there's names mentioned.
Okay.
Like, Rise is still an idol, like, in that world. And you can find posters of her game. That's the thing about the Persona games. They don't really overlap too much, except sometimes you may see a character or two as a cool Easter egg. So that's why it's kind of great. You can just jump in with any game. I always tell people, if you want to play the entire series, just start with 3, because 1 and 2 are
very different.
If you're crazy and you want to go against just interfaces that are against the player in their style. They're great stories, and I think people should check them out because they're really just cool ideas. Maybe just read a wiki article or something. Start at 3, and then the reason I say this, even though the story doesn't connect, to progress forward, is because the mechanics get better.
Yeah,
a lot over time. Like, the biggest difference from 3 to 4 is in 3 you don't have full party control. In 4 you do. And that's a huge fucking difference.
Yeah. I love 5. I love 5's gameplay.
5's gameplay is the best one by far. The way the mechanics work out in that, it's obvious SMT4 had just come out before that. They're all the demons are actual demons from the SMT series, so they're all mythological creatures.
Okay.
And you can negotiate with them to try to make them join your team or give you money which is like one of my favorite things to do, because you have to like really pay attention to what kind of dialogue they are, and what they get a read for their personality. And you do that, and then the baton pass system where it helps you conserve your SP so you can play longer, and it's just, there's so much going on and it's so easily accessible. It's like the combat's actually fun in a Persona game, or at least really well thought out. Especially because all the dungeons are now designed rather than randomized.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they're really awesome looking, and each one has their own aesthetic. And it's just by far the most stylish game on the market. I don't think there's any other game that touches this level. I mean, every menu is a fucking piece of art. Every section of the menu is like a piece of art, because it changes as you go through. Oh, dude, it's so fucking good.
I love the characters.
All the characters are great. There's only there's no real loser per se. There's one that's probably more safer to ignore. I'm just gonna name them by their arcanas, because each relationship is based off a tarot card.
Okay.
So the Devil Arcana is pretty like safe to just kind of ignore.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Temperance. Temperance might be my favorite confidant in all of Persona. The way that relationship starts out is one of the best introductions I've seen to a character, and just the reveal of who it is, and it has the best rewards for boosting up that thing, because it's time. You just get time back, and you get more time to do stuff. Oh, wow. Which in Persona is fucking invaluable. So, like, dude, I wish I could talk about it more. But I'll probably do a whole spoiler thing once I beat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that game is so good.
The music, he killed it.
The music's again. So P3's musical themes, it's more hip hop oriented.
Okay.
And it's really good. The way I always played it out with P4 and P3's music, it's Shoji Meguro again doing his shit like as he always. He's such a fucking good composer for video games. The way I always described it is that P4 probably has the best overall soundtrack compared to P3, but P3's, like, their shining songs for P3 are almost unparalleled. Like, they're so fucking good. Just the idea of layering music upon layering music.
Yeah.
You climb Tartarus, and it starts off with a really basic song playing in the back, almost kind of ambient, and then it adds another layer for every section.
That's
you
really
beat.
cool.
It's fucking and until the part like when you're at the end, it's almost like a full orchestra, or like dude, it feels so fucking rewarding. P5's music, and well, P4's was more like a popish kind of rock stuff, but it was still really good.
Yeah.
P5's, what it seems to be, is just this sexy, like, lounge music.
Oh.
Almost jazzy.
Okay.
And it matches with the color tone, because each game also has, like, a color.
It has a palette,
Yeah. B3's blue, because it's supposed to be about death. It's supposed to be... The whole thing is, like, based around the idea of memento mori, remembering your own mortality. P4's is yellow, because it's caution, because it's a crime you have to solve.
Yes.
P5's, what I'm starting to gather from it being red, is that it's supposed to be rebellion. It's supposed to be fighting against higher ups in society that are corrupted. So it's very pertinent to like today's kind of public emotions, especially in more Western stuff. Although I'm not too familiar with how they feel in Japan, at least the youth culture in that.
Who knows how the young feel?
Yeah, who knows how the young Japanese... Well, I need to finish Terrace House, and then, like...
That's how you know.
That's how I'll know how they act.
Yeah. Man fixes Japanese economy by watching Terrace House.
Yeah. So, no, I still haven't beaten Nier Automata, because that game... And they're both great! Like, I told someone, if Persona 5 hadn't come out this year, Nier Automata would be the automatic best game.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking fascinating. Like, in every aspect. Like, honestly, Ian, if you wanted to not even play it, just look up the stories or watch playthroughs of those games, you would be crazy, like, fascinated with how those stories play out.
Nier?
Because, from Nier... I'd recommend to you, for Drakengard, just look up the Mr. Clemps videos.
Is Nier Automata... that's the two cyborgs in black.
Yeah,
yes.
2B and 9S.
I've watched a little bit of it, and the music in that is actually...
the music's fucking great.
No, he killed it.
Yeah,
that guy's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's like Revengeance, where they'll have one song and they'll just keep adding layers or different variances. Like a thing will happen and then the lyrics kick in because it's to add. Music's fucking great.
The specific section I did watch a little bit of it actually. It was well, I don't want to spoil anything. Okay, because being general as possible.
Okay.
The amusement park music.
Yes, it's so good. So good.
What did you think the first time you entered?
It was amazing.
Right?
That song's great.
Well, just talking about the music alone, let's forego how amazing all the other things related to that.
Because with Nier stuff, I honestly try to like be as vague as humanly possible. Because the thing with Nier is that just finding out like how the world is,
uncovering all these little bits. Yeah, it's incredible. But
so let's just stay on the music.
Staying on the music, the singer that they have composed apparently like a what is it called, a fabricated language. She made up a language just for this futurescape that only she and her two other co-singers understand what they're saying. But it's beautiful.
Oh, it's so well put together. Like, in fact, last month's podcast, the ending music was from Nier.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's like my favorite song. But there's a reason it's my favorite song. And I don't want to say why that reason is because it's spoilers.
Sure. I know,
because when that song fucking kicks in, it's the best. It's the best moment in all of Nier. Like,
yeah, I have a feeling why. Because I'm thinking of the scene.
Yeah, because it's the best scene.
It's just...
And then I don't even want to say why, like the follow up to that thing in this game because it's great.
I will say, I was telling Chris, a friend of mine who finished the entire game. Like he got everything.
There's like 25, 26 endings. Yeah, one for each letter. Yeah.
So
well, some of them are just as simple as you walk one direction instead of walking the other, and then the game ends and it says, and then you went off to explore instead of fighting the problem.
Yeah. So a friend of mine, he told me about it. I told him how I was playing it. In my playthrough, I got the first joke ending, which was W.
Oh, okay.
I die in the prologue.
Yeah.
It's great.
And of course, like to me, I don't know why I never thought about doing that for an ending. Like,
yeah, it's great. But if anyone's curious, he basically described it in a really good way, where he said, by the first two endings, I thought it's one of the best games I played in years.
Yeah.
But by the true ending, the final ending, it's one of the greatest games I've ever played.
I can't fucking wait, dude.
It's one of the best stories I've ever seen. And I was like, oh,
I'm
shit,
so looking
I gotta
forward to
finish.
finishing that game.
And again, like we were saying with Persona, the great thing about the Nier series is you can really pick it up anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you have played through the other titles, you get so much more.
Oh, you get...
Yeah.
I think... Well, the reason I would argue that you shouldn't just start with any title is because the gap between knowing everything and just playing that one game is so, like, just... It's divided by such a huge chasm.
It really is, yeah.
And just how much you get out of it.
Yeah.
That I would say either watch playthroughs or find out, like, everything.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to go say watch the stage play that was done once.
I hate a stage.
Dude, okay.
I did
This
read
is how
it.
fucking crazy Yoko Taro is. He has a stage play that was only ever done once by an idol group. And it was called the Yorha Initiative. Which, once that name is dropped in Nier Automata, you know why that's a very important fucking name.
Yeah.
There was light novels, there was audio novels. Oh my god. So I'd not recommend just diving into those. I would recommend just staying with the games.
Yeah.
But if you really, really need to know, because there's names fucking dropped in that play, who are big fucking characters in that play, but not in the games. They're just side characters.
Yeah.
That it's like crazy to me.
Well, in that latest Nier, there's like a scene where I'm sorry for this being so vague.
Yeah.
There's a scene where you go to a place in the desert and there's two characters who are like
Yeah.
very significant
Yes.
Yeah.
to past series, and you're like, oh, I guess you're just. How are you just hanging out
Yeah,
here?
you're just there. They're just there.
Yeah.
And it's my best reveal. Like, and that's why I love those the reveals for those characters. Is it just happens,
Yeah.
and you're like, what? Fuck, dude, that game. I can't wait to get back to that game after I beat Persona.
Yeah.
It's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beat Persona, then I'm gonna beat Nier Automata, then I'm gonna do my New Game Plus for Persona, and then eventually I'll buy Yakuza 0 because I need.
You need completion?
I need to get that.
Damn,
Yakuza
what-
0 might be the best Yakuza.
Damn, what a year to be alive.
Yeah.
What a
Some people there's good arguments that this is the new 97, like
Oh,
in video
shit.
games.
We're
Yeah,
coming back.
this may be it because we had Breath of the Wild this year.
which was amazing.
Yeah, I still haven't played because I still don't own a Switch. Once more money comes in, I'm gonna get it. And no, I'm not gonna buy it for the Wii U. I'm gonna buy the better version.
Yeah.
Which is the Switch version. Persona 5 came out this year. Nier Automata came out this year.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of like little indie games that came out that were also really good.
Yeah.
Yakuza 0.
Yakuza.
Yakuza 0 is a little iffy because that came out in Japan.
Yeah.
And like for the PS3.
Mm.
But now it's out over here and it's possibly the best Yakuza game in the series. Did did The Last Guardian come out this year?
Was that? It was either the
No,
beginning of
last
this year or the end of last
It was
year.
last year because I think I got it as a gift.
Yeah,
for
no, it was
Christmas.
last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Okay. But yeah, there's some. Fuck, dude, Nier Automata is so fucking good. Everyone should just go check out. Like, just the writing on itself to me is almost unparalleled
And-
in video games.
Even as someone who doesn't really play video games that much, I've just looking at it. It's beautiful to look at.
Oh yeah,
It's beautiful to look
Super
at.
Great
The
looking.
music is great, and I agree. The writing is happening. It's really, yeah.
I always think that's something like you really have something unique when you can just watch it and have that another form of enjoyment.
Yeah,
Just watching it.
absolutely.
Because I was watching Chris play, and I have no problems at all.
Yeah.
Like
Because it's
just
all
sitting there.
fascinating.
'Cause I was so curious with Chris. We were like looking at each other, like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what's happening?"
Well,
What's the implication of
Yeah.
this?
even mid combat, there's still narrative
Yeah.
being
I mean,
fed out. And,
Yeah.
and we haven't even gotten to the gameplay, which is platinum style gameplay.
Mhm.
So it's tight. It's super good and it's amazing. It's these nice two joinings of platinum, which is known for really great combat, really great gameplay, terrible storytelling, and just stuff that's convoluted and doesn't make sense. You have Yoko Taro stuff, who feels like he's being bogged down by terrible development teams, but his stories are great and his world building's like incredibly fascinating. So putting them together seems like the perfect marriage, and it seems to be
Burn
fucking
chocolate.
working as far as I'm like concerned. So these games are great.
They're a good time. They're a good
It's a really
time.
good time. Let's see. So I've been watching a lot of Lucha Underground. I haven't finished season 1 yet because there's like more than 20 episodes, I think. I'm now at the part where there's magic implied. They sort of imply it with an earlier episode where I was watching and went, wait, is that just fucking magic that's happening on stage? But now it's like, yeah. And then I got to the coffin match.
What'd you think?
The coffin match is one of the most brutal, like, amazing things I've seen in wrestling.
Like, you saw the moment where, like, it got serious.
Yeah,
like,
and they keep going. And they keep, because they're fucking professionals. And
Phoenix might have been my hero.
Yo, like, Phoenix was a hero in that match, dude.
Yeah.
That's right, because I was trying to go, Phoenix is kind of like just a hero of everything and kind of the, like, can't do wrong.
Yeah.
But seeing him in that match went, no, I'm kind of turned around. He's a fucking professional. Like, he's beyond. Oh my god, dude. And there's an implied monster that's caged up. And then there's someone training in, like, by an old wrestler in the shadows so they can take on the monster because it killed their family or something.
And what'd you think of what I showed you, the scene in Japanese wrestling?
Oh my god, they did what I always wanted to do. Where I'm gonna make that part of, like, because I'm planning to make a video just for every stream to play at the end of just dumb, funny stuff we found. Like the best friends. That's going on there. Like it's just what it is it's a scene in Japanese wrestling. There's 3 people in the ring, right? And one of them's taking one of the people hostage. Like, is holding my arm and, like, they're just waiting for the move to happen. Instead of any move happening, he pulls out of his tights a gun. What the fuck? He literally whips out a gun in this Japanese wrestling ring and points it at the guy's head. And everyone just fucking freaks out and, like, he's like, fuck it, and, like, no one's doing it. It's just a hostage situation happening as far as the story. It's fucking amazing. It's something I've always wanted. I always said if I was a wrestler, my go-to, like, weapon would just be a gun. Because what? What are you gonna...
Forgive me if I've ever said this one before. There's this fucking dumb old joke that I loved where it's like 2 gentlemen in a field.
Yeah.
They're gonna duel. And the servant comes up, and he, in one hand he has a gun in a fancy box, and in the other hand he has a sheathed sword, a saber. It's like, gentlemen, before you duel, you shall choose gun or sword. And then, like, one guy's putting on his gloves. I'm a gentleman. Sword it shall be. Very well. And he hands him the sword. That means you get the gun. What? No, wait.
See, in old times, though, I think I would take the sword because against someone with the gun, those guns sucked.
They misfire all the time.
All I have to do is run, like, keep a certain amount of distance. As soon as they fire, I just have to run really and stab them.
Yeah.
Because it takes fucking forever to reload that shit.
Yeah. And they were round balls, which means they always curved left or right or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, and they could have misfired, too, because when they held it, they didn't know how to hold it properly. So they tilted and all the gunpowder
would pour out.
Yeah.
See, in that case, I would maybe take them. Nowadays, no, fucking gun all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I might even take a nuke.
Nowadays, when we duel, for honor.
For honor. Well, I would take a nuke because, like, that means they have to negotiate with me.
Yeah, exactly. Who made up? There was this dumb sketch I saw forever ago on the internet called Nerf Nukes.
Wise Kids You Know.
Was that the Whitest Kids? Yeah.
It's the fucking. I have a Nerf nuke. No, you don't. Yeah, you do.
Man, what if he does have it?
What if he has it?
What if he gets one of those fucked up ones? It could mess up everything, guys. Let's pool our money together.
Buy one, and we need to negotiate.
Use 2 phone keys.
I forgot about the phone keys.
It was that, and finger rings were one of my favorite Whitest Kids. You remember that?
Well, recently we've been watching like the Gallon of PCP one over and over again.
A whole gallon.
Yeah, just because the way I think it's one of the best deliveries of just each line. A whole gallon, right? Oh, okay, that's a whole thing. Yeah, it's right here.
So where are you headed to right now? I'm gonna go pick up my daughter. Oh,
you have children.
I want their heads to get cut off. Oh, you left them with the guy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
they're
talking about. Oh, you're kidding.
Okay,
you're kidding.
Thought because of the gallon. PCP.
Oh, I'm sorry. When did your wife die? 4. Oh, 4
years ago. No, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. She died at 4 p.m.
It's
today.
5?
It's 5. Well, it's 5 now. So that was an hour ago. Yes.
What happened?
It's that, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to derail, but do you remember You've Been Yellow Mustarded?
No.
Because it's such a fucking dumb idea, and it's wonderfully done.
It's great.
The joke is there's a prank show,
Yeah.
and the only prank they pull is dumping a big bucket of mustard on people. That's the prank.
Yeah.
And then the joke develops into, like, they got filming subsidies by going to this one town in Oregon.
Yeah.
So now they just fuck with everyone in this town, and everyone's afraid to leave their house. and then like the producer's like, oh yeah, we found out that actually using yellow printer ink is cheaper than mustard. Oh, I remember when they switched the ink. That was horrible in a whole different way. And there's just like a line that killed me was Timmy is dressed as a woman and again in one of these scenes talking about how horrible the yellow mustard is. But the chyron at the bottom of the screen reads like Elizabeth Hasselbeck, and then her description is female impersonator. I don't know why that was so funny to me.
But a gallon.
But a gallon.
A gallon. Well, Bill's fine. I don't know Bill. That's right. You wouldn't know Bill.
You wouldn't know.
But he's fine.
He's fine. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
That's good. I'm glad for Bill.
Buying the PCP, of course. And I left my wife as collateral.
Yeah.
And money.
As you want to do.
It's expensive, yeah. And I got a little late and I chopped her head off. Whoa! That happened. Are you okay?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty high right now because of the PCP.
Yeah, I didn't know it came in liquid form. I work at the Binkos. Like, oh, you're saying, sort of manager, but a gallon.
Yeah, and I love that it's just a fucking gallon that says PCP and tape.
It's clearly like iced tea. It looks like a picture of iced tea with PCP.
I forgot the part. I didn't know it came in liquid.
I don't know it come in liquid.
It's great. So yeah, Lucha Underground. It's so amazing. Mm-hmm. I can't. It's so good. I think and it's so just those stunts are so fucking good. They're so they're all really professional. Yeah. And the matches are all good to watch. Like they're all really well choreographed. Mm-hmm. And everyone has a thing. Oh, it's just really good. Let's see what else. Oh well, fairly recently I was on the Go Mango podcast, reviewing or giving our thoughts about the Power Rangers movie. So go watch that or go listen to that. Go give them some love over at the Go Mango podcast. I mean, I thought it was fine. I thought it was which was better than what I thought it was going to be, but it was surprisingly mediocre. I know, Nick, you hated it.
No, I just had no emotions because everything was literally a blur. So I didn't, and everything was going so fast.
Yeah, the camera work's not great.
I had no idea what to feel because they were just jumping everywhere.
What do they do with the Big Giant Head? Is the Big Giant Head still in it?
It's Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston's a Big Giant Head?
Wait, you didn't know that?
Yeah. I didn't know that. Oh my god. What?
So the way he looks in this, you know those toys where you put your hand into a bunch of eggs and it forms out?
Oh, the needle bed. Yeah.
So it's that now, the screen. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
The robot sucks. Like the
Rangers.
Yeah. No, but he's not that.
Oh, he isn't that anymore?
He's a much more toned back version of just comedic relief robot.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I didn't think he looked. I didn't think he did anything great. I didn't like his design.
Did he?
I wished he was just a robot that
little lights.
Oh, no, it's like 2 headlights now.
No, that's boring.
Yeah, it really is. No, it really is like a boring design. Yeah, the pacing's weird. The pacing is surprisingly fast
for a 2-hour movie.
For a fucking 2-hour movie.
Well, they're also how do they do it? Introducing like 6 protagonists, 6 main.
So they're
characters.
all in this like quarry. some of them meet up in detention.
Okay.
But the rest are all in this quarry where they find the magic ship.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it all to magic because there's no way that's science.
Yeah.
Because there's fucking amulets.
The science amulet. Sure.
The science amulet. And then this might be my story because I didn't really come up with anything beforehand. I was trying to procrastinate.
It's okay.
So I'll just say my viewing experience.
Okay.
First of all, that movie theater was surprisingly packed.
Okay.
For how early it was on like a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah.
When we watch it. Because I like going at the most weird fucking times to watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really don't like dealing with crowds.
Sure.
There was children in there that couldn't shut up. Yeah, fucking like this Power Rangers movie. Come on.
I mean, I have gone to the park in the middle of summer and see kids playing and thought, "What the fuck are they doing here?
Fuck are they doing in my park?
I come here to smoke and be alone."
I know there's drug dealers in these hills, like
Homeless people.
homeless. So you watch the movie. It starts off with these guys putting in a cow, and it's the Red Ranger.
Okay.
As we find it.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna name them by their
Colors.
colors.
Sure.
By the way, they do a cool thing where all their outfits do have that color theme beforehand, and it's not gaudy. It's all yellow. Like the Yellow Ranger's wearing a fucking Bruce Lee jumpsuit or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's like there's their colors are in there.
Mm-hmm.
So the wardrobing I thought was like pretty well done. They put a cow in a locker room, and then they go, "Oh, look, cow dick," and then I went, "Well, tone setter for
this teenager jerked off a cow.
For this movie." Luckily, actually, they didn't keep up with that tone. That was like the one and only time they did that joke. Because as soon as I saw it, I went, "Fuck, this movie's 2 hours." Luckily, again, they didn't do it. They did this weird camera shot during the car chase scene where it's so obvious the camera is in the middle of the car and it's on a rotator.
Mm-hmm. Just
keeps circling around, but it never really takes the time to pause on anything. So if anything, to me, it was kind of jarring. Go to detention, and they have my favorite scene in the fucking movie. It's Mean Girls-esque.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the girls is in detention, and then the other girl texts, "Hey, we're in the bathroom waiting for you. We need to talk." And they're like, "Oh, okay." So she goes, and then she's like, "Oh, where the fuck are they?" And then they both jump out of a bathroom stall because they're hiding in there. And then she goes, what the fuck? And then you find out what she did, and it was something along the line of she sent like nude photos or something to. Right. It was actually surprisingly heavy for Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. And then they go, "But we're here to forgive you, no hard feelings." And then they take a photo of all 3 of them, and she cuts her out of the photo. And then I went, "Ah!" Like in the middle of the movie. And then I went, "Oh, you bitch!" That was my favorite part of the movie. And then she stabs the scissors into the fucking wall. Like,
Jesus Christ!
Like, what the fuck? It was amazing. And then our Pink Ranger protag pulls out the scissors and cuts her hair to like symbol change. Mm-hmm. I think so. Now she has short hair. That was my favorite part. The entire. I will say probably the shining star of this entire movie is the Blue Ranger.
He's great.
Oh yes, he has high functioning autism.
Yeah,
that character.
And I think they actually deal with that pretty well. He just mentions, "Hey, I'm on the spectrum."
Sure.
But so some things won't register to me, but we still should be good. And he's still like the strongest character in that movie.
Oh, wow.
In my opinion, yeah, it's crazy. I actually think he did a good job. Like, in that, the Yellow Ranger is questioning. She's in a questioning phase. So it hasn't been decided. She doesn't know what she
could be
is.
Bi or something. Yeah, no.
So that's kind of neatly done. Thing is, I really didn't like the rest of her character. I like that aspect, and I liked how they played it off with her. But to me, it was. I think my line was in the podcast: an opinionated alt chick with no opinion, because she just kind of has an attitude.
That's her character.
That's strong.
Because she. Yeah, Nick's like,
I like that.
Having seen the movie, you can get why I like said that.
Sorry.
And it's not, and it's definitely not the thing where no one understands her, or at least is trying to understand her, because we get a very good scene where mom is obviously the one putting pressure and what's wrong with you, why is there? But the dad's like, hey, calm down.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk to us about? He's a very understanding.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, here's your chance, and she doesn't really take it, and then we go, oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
You screwed that up. That one's on you. There's no... this is literally your golden opportunity. He's open, ready to accept anything. So I don't fucking know. But... and then the Black Ranger... I remember Corey from the podcast, he liked him a lot. Yeah. Because it was an Asian American, and it was something that he could relate to a lot. Thing is, I didn't like how he was introduced. Because he comes off as just, I'm crazy guy. Look how fucking crazy I am. I'm
wild guy.
What am I going to do next?
What am I going to do next? Oh, I like you, crazy girl, because I'm crazy. And I'm going to do crazy stuff. That's how he kind of starts off. He kind of gets better towards the end. But still, it kind of turned me off so fast.
Right. It took a while to earn that back.
Yeah. I mean, the choreography, one of the fight scenes was pretty good. There was no real good hand-to-hand stuff. I will say the Megazord scene was pretty cool. When the Megazord actually forms up. That's your phone right now. Way to be professional. Wow.
Gross.
Nick, I'm talking about the Power Rangers movie.
This is critical shit, you know?
This is very critical stuff, man.
Important opinion. I don't want to interrupt you.
So the Megazord scene's actually pretty cool. That whole finding. Oh, and there's a lot of there's two really good parallels to JoJo. Nick, you remember them?
Oh yeah.
What do you think they are? Because I mentioned this on the podcast.
Oh, the JoJo. They pulled. Is it spoilers if I say the ending?
I mean,
the spoilers to both.
Spoilers for the ending of Power Rangers the movie
and JoJo Part 2, because they pull the cars.
Oh, they pull the cars.
Yeah.
where she gets shot into space. And she gets what? I'm not gonna even mention how it happens because it's so fast. It's actually I thought it was great because of how far they drove into, how far they steered into. I'm sorry. And then you see the scene of her freezing.
Oh no!
And it's like the scene from JoJo. And it's I wanted them to have a narrator that went. And in Japanese, but I'm just going to use it in my American voice.
Sure.
Where they go, and then she couldn't do anything, so eventually she just stopped thinking. I wanted that to be the ending narration, and I would have lost my fucking mind because it's so JoJo-esque. It's crazy. And the way they bring up Rita Repulsa from the depths is very reminiscent of Dio.
Yeah.
Because it's straight up from the bottom of the ocean in a coffin, and she wakes up. In fact, when I was bringing all this up, one of the guys on the podcast was just like, "Oh shit, yeah, I didn't even catch that. It's kind of weird how JoJo-esque some of this
bizarre.
stuff is. Yeah, it's really bizarre. I didn't like Rita. I thought she was fine.
Okay.
It was weird what they tried to do to her because at the very beginning. She came off as almost... They tried to do a horror style thing with her.
Okay.
Some of the camera stuff was very reminiscent of modern horror.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. The shaky camera into the blah, 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 and then she goes up and does stuff real fast. But I mean, I found it kind of goofy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She wasn't anything... Again, I think she's fine. I don't think there was... She did what she needed to do, I guess.
She fulfilled her role.
Yeah. Goldar sucked. Goldar looked... awful.
They redesigned him a lot.
Yeah, he's just a liquid thing of gold. It's really nothing that interesting. But again, the Megazord fight was actually pretty neat because it was my thing of it's slow. These guys they're big. Each thing has to be pretty calculated. There's no real room for fuck up. It's like the Pacific Rim thing where you see their punches from like a ground floor and how slow those things are because they're so fucking big. So that part's cool. Movies. I mean, if you're really into Power Rangers, I guess go ahead and check it out. To me, it's mediocre at best. So that's kind of the quick summary of like what I thought. Go to watch the scene of her getting shot into space again.
Oh my god. I haven't seen the movie, but just that makes me want to go watch it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad now that he saw the movie.
Get shot in space.
Get shot into space.
And she freezes just like Cars.
That's why I said, like just the whole... Again, it was so reminiscent. In fact, the shot of the sun in the background to me was like, dude, they're gonna... If they fucking do the narration now, I would have bat a fucking eye. Like, I would have thought of it. It would have redeemed the entire movie. And for me, it would have been go watch.
Just for this one scene.
The twist at the end is you were watching a JoJo movie the whole time.
Can you fucking imagine? Oh my god. And then so obvious the Green Ranger's coming in the next movie.
Yes.
It's so fucking... But it's also obvious they don't know who it is. They haven't hired
picked
the actor.
Yeah.
It's so plain date. Like, it's nuts, actually. And also the most flaccid use of the Power Rangers theme. Music, I think, could have been done in the movie.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember when it happened, I went, oh, that sucks. Like, just... That was when you decided to use it. I mean, okay. It wasn't great or anything. We all seem to agree on that podcast. Yeah, that honestly, that was a really bad use.
Yeah. They had a weird cover of it, right, by some artist. Was that right?
No, I think at one point it's the original theme coming out. Yeah,
okay.
And it was really poorly used.
Oh, okay.
And it sucks.
It's really awkward. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is that it? Is that pretty much it? I mean, I started reading Goodnight Pun Pun. Finished the first volume halfway through second, and then life happened, so I still have to get through it. That book's crazy. That book's nuts.
What, you weren't expecting any of it, were you?
No, I like how nuts it is. Like, God is just a real guy. And think, well, he's a real guy in the manga. Like,
sure.
They take a photo of real, like...
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Which makes a lot of sense to me because it's like God has to look like something else.
Above us.
Yeah, so what's above the two dimension?
So I won't spoil it. All I ask is, do you really think he's God?
No. No, at this point I don't.
Yeah.
At this point, obviously, there's something wrong with Pun Pun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of cool to see everyone else growing up, and Pun Pun's not.
Yeah.
And Pun Pun's like still stasis because he's so self-absorbed.
Yeah.
So I can already see where that's kind of going with him.
Yeah.
I find the uncle like the most fascinating character to me.
Oh yeah.
Because because I'm closer to him in my point of life.
You're right.
And but just all this stuff that he has to kind of live with and like do, and him staying strong for everyone.
Yeah.
He's kind of like really the hero of that story.
Keep reading.
Is the uncle? Yeah, I want to know more about him.
It sucks because like it's like Nier. That's the only way you can experience. Because the whole point is that you experience it for the first time.
Yeah.
Right. So you get this full first opinion.
Right.
And then eventually you revisit it and get a different perspective.
Well, it's fully collated.
Yeah, it's
in
fully
that respect. So
yeah,
I'm all too familiar with that.
No, keep reading, dude. It where it goes is that's why I kept begging you guys to keep reading it.
Okay, that's good.
Where it goes is somewhere I don't think anyone could guess at all.
It's
phenomenal.
It's gonna be shot
into
space.
Imagine. Oh,
turns out it was a JoJo story all along.
What?
Oh.
It turns out Pun Pun was Kira.
I think for like if let's say just pick a studio like Paramount or something for the next 2 years. Everything they do, the twist has a twist ending, and the twist is it's somehow JoJo related, and people keep going like. Well, I mean, this is an Oscar bait movie with Tom Hanks. I can't... God damn it!
It's a JoJo movie.
Why does Tom Hanks have the American flag tattooed on his back?
He's posing. Oh no!
What?
God, I love that so much. When like part 7, people ask, who's this guy who has a tattoo of America scarred on his back?
He's the president of the United States.
Mr. Valentine.
And he's our villain.
have a movie that's like set in, I don't know, like World War I, and then just like, oh, that's weird. They're going a fantasy
and then
route.
they
There's
all throw down their guns and they pull out their stands.
No!
And they go, oh shit!
I don't remember vampires in a movie about World War I. Oh my god damn it!
Yeah. Watching Schindler's List, and he like pulls out his stand.
Yeah, he pulls out his stand. He pulls out Star Platinum to start like finger shooting everybody.
I mean, free idea to any studio who wants to do that. Like, do it.
I want more JoJo and everything.
No, I actually am like halfway through 8.
Okay, I should probably read them.
I love 8. It's great.
So I've been sticking to just the anime for now.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, JoJo's so good.
Yeah. Part 8 is like Fresh Prince. If we're going by like what each represents, then
like
part
American
would be,
show,
yeah.
like would be okay.
Yeah, part 8 would.
Yeah,
be
a lot of
Fresh
people have been
Prince.
saying it's like Fresh Prince actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
where part 4 is like more like Seinfeld, Scooby Doo esque. So like
Seinfeld and Scooby Doo all in one thing.
Part 4 was
Yeah.
very Seinfeld.
Oh my god, that sounds actually fucking.
Where it's like they do have a murder, like there is a murder in the background they have to find, but in the meantime,
yeah, like the first one is sort of like it's just a vampire movie.
Yeah.
It's a vampire movie. Second one is it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
3 is even more like Indiana Jones, but it would be the sequel to Indiana Jones, and that's a bigger adventure.
Yeah. It's a journey.
4, it's a journey. 4 is Seinfeld, like Scooby Doo. So I can't wait to see. Well, part 5 is I know it takes place in Italy.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Good luck animating that. I mean,
yeah.
We are gone. Everyone is broken with power.
King Crimson's in part 5.
Yeah, and Purple Haze.
And Purple Haze.
Both have to be Purple Haze had to be written out because he was too overpowered for the story.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I wonder if they're gonna do the thing, because there's one point in part 5 where there's a character who starts off as I believe female.
Yeah.
And then literally the next chapter she's male.
Oh yeah.
Now, like no explanation.
No explanation.
Because the author just
forgot.
Yeah.
It's Aerosmith.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Dude looks like a
He's
lip.
like, oh yeah, I forgot that I made a female.
Yeah. Do you know what King Crimson's the power?
No one knows what King Crimson's power is.
Okay, well I'll explain like what he does, but why it happens is a complete mystery. So what he does, you remember from Futurama the episode where time skips?
Yes.
Where stuff happened, but
But
they don't
no
remember.
one remembers those like hour or day long skips.
Yeah.
That's his power.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because
isn't he the only one that knows
Yeah.
what happened, so he can change it?
he can see 10 seconds into the future, and if he doesn't like it, within the 10 seconds, he skips over it.
Yeah, and it doesn't affect him.
It doesn't affect him.
That's
Like,
amazing.
so if someone tries to shoot him, he'll skip over 10 seconds where he's already been shot, but he's not been shot because he moved to the side.
Yeah,
But the person's mind
future.
thought that they shot him.
What the fuck?
That's
this is where the very famous line of "It just works" comes from.
Yes.
It comes from King Crimson.
Yeah. Fucking Metallica. Well, that's part 6. Sorry.
Metallica's part 6.
Yeah.
We should one day come up with stands.
Ooh.
Like,
Well, we talked about like the brain freeze and the shit in your pants.
yeah. I think
Shitting your pants.
I came up with one where it was just called municipal waste,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
and it just makes people vomit.
Ow! Ow!
They drink the fountain water.
Like even if you stop it, your teeth are gone.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I would just snap, and then they have to vomit.
oh. Man. Like I know with the shit in your pants, like you shit your pants harder if you're embarrassed. Like
Yeah.
you shit your pants, you get embarrassed, then you shit even harder. So damn, that's intense, Chris.
Even though it's from a comedy movie, a legitimately like good power you could use to stop crime was the movie Orgasmo. Do you remember that movie?
I know of it. That's where it's a robot that makes people orgasm.
Yeah.
So.
It's just a cum ray.
Yeah.
Like super effective. Try and fight me now. God damn it! When I get off this floor, I'm gonna.
You can probably call. Okay, so you don't know about the light novels.
No.
The JoJo create. What's his god? Fuck, I keep forgetting his name right now.
Reiki. Oh, I forgot.
Araki.
He's immortal.
So he wrote a bunch of light novels that aren't canon to the JoJo thing, but in those novels, there's something beyond stands, and they're called Beyonds.
Okay.
And they're named after movies instead of bands. And there's literally Beyonds called Predator or Alien, and just named after stuff. So you can have it in your light novel. You just want to call it Orgasmo.
Yes. Yes, that's what I want. That's the thing I want.
Yeah.
Is the power from Alien to have a scary tiny mouth inside your mouth?
No, all I know of is the concepts. I haven't read any of them. I should.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking JoJo's great. Anyway, so I think that's all that I've been up to, other than if anyone wants me to go into classes and stuff. But
that's okay.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, so my story was the whole Power Rangers thing. Maybe I can leave. I mean, I took notes during the thing. Wrote down stuff. Maybe I can use that as a more expansion to my story.
If you want, I guess.
So,
Sure.
Because I feel like I didn't contribute.
Oh, that was a good story.
That was a good story.
Here, that's just because I'm wondering, because it's been a little bit since I looked at these.
Yeah.
And then some of them got raised because I was writing them during the previews too.
Oh, okay.
I thought that's a good one. There was one about Lance Reddick because he was in an Amazon show.
Yeah. Have you seen the skits of
By the way, my notes are called Saban's notes. Oh, I forgot to say it's Saban's Power Rangers, not...
It's Saban's Power Rangers,
Yeah.
yes.
Let's see. Shit, notes were deleted. That's the first thing that I wrote. Anyway, I hate when actors introduce trailers movies. Oh, yeah, because the actor for Spider-Man introduced the Spider-Man
the new
trailer.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, that's one of my biggest pet peeves still. I can't believe that's a thing. I feel like that doesn't have to be a thing. But it's a thing. Whatever. Man, I hope the bullies from Angel City High are in the movie. They're not. They're replaced by a redheaded kid who's the bully. Yeah, not nearly as, what's his name? Skulk and Bulk.
Yeah, I want the big guy and the scrawny
And then I want
guy.
their kid who is training to become a ninja.
Yeah.
They're not. I went, that's an alien. Bryan Cranston's an alien.
Yes.
And so Zordon and Rita's names have to be said with an American accent. Because they're speaking in alienese for that movie.
Right.
But whenever they say Rita or Zordon, it's in Bryan Cranston's regular voice. So that's weird. Cow Dick is one thing I wrote. Pam's boyfriend from The Office. Weird exposition. He's the dad of the Red Ranger.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
Yeah. Or the uncle, man. I don't know. Man, this seat sucks. Because I was in the lower levels. Oh man, Mean Girls level bitchiness. Also, haircut scene's weird, but so sad. Oh my god, Jason Scott. Because there's this weird thing where they just say, "Oh my god, Jason Scott," because he's a football player who ruined his career with a cow dick, and and there's just a quick thing of 3 times people say, "Oh my god, Jason Scott." But they never touch upon that joke ever again. It was weird. It was almost like they were trying to do a running joke.
And they quit.
But they quit.
Double down.
Yeah. We're a band of misfits. Because I remember that from the trailer. And they're all meeting up in the corner. This pace is weird. Also, screen is freaking out. There was that thing where green started showing up on the screen for whatever reason. How many fucking people are in this restricted area? Because it's like a restricted quarry, and they're all there, and after just one night, and they make it a big deal that it's a restricted area, and the way something's cut makes it seem like Zach lives in this restricted area, but we later find out he doesn't, but the way it's cut makes it seem like... Jesus Christ, dude, stop breaking alien shit. Because Zach, crazy guy, has to just go over there and start whacking at the alien ship to break it off. My battery's low.
Good note.
Children are the worst.
True note.
Man, fuck Zach. This is when he was... Rock people have genitals in the same place as human people.
Did they do a groin
That's
kick?
Weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Against rock people. And I'm like, no, hang on. There's a lot of things wrong with this. 1, they're rocks. 2, that should hurt you more than anything. 3, they're rocks. 4, For why would they have the genitals in the exact same areas as humans? Why would they have genitals if they're rocks? How does their reproductive organs work? How does a rock creature reproduce with another rock creature?
Do they lay eggs or do they give birth to live rock lungs?
It's live rocks. Because they're made out of like almost gravel, so they expand. I mean, but if they expand, there's only so much rocks in their body.
Right.
So what do new rocks form?
Do they have to eat
pile?
rocks?
Do they have to? A lot of these things, these rock creatures, are things I need to know about.
Do you remember the movie Scooby-Doo 2?
Yes, Cyber Chase.
No, the live action Scooby-Doo 2.
Yeah, with monsters. I think it's just called Monster Island.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then all the monsters become real.
It's with Seth Green.
Seth Green is in that movie, and he hits on Velma.
And Velma dresses up in like a latex outfit.
Yeah, cat suit.
Yeah.
Okay, you're remembering more details than I did. But in the movie, they get attacked by a ghost knight.
Okay.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, because it was from one of the original. They were all like monsters from the original
series. And
which
Velma,
was cool, but
well, it was a neat idea.
Yeah. Not well executed.
Yeah, not well executed. But Velma, and he's attacking the Scooby Gang with like an axe, like an actual weapon to try and murder them. And Velma stops him by groin kicking the ghost.
Yeah.
And then he like disintegrates into ghost powder. Same question, different context. Where are his ghost genitals? Do ghosts make ghost babies?
Is that like the center of his power that it's able to
He's
keep
got
him?
dick power.
He's able to escape the ethereal plane onto our Earth, but only if he's not kicked in the nut. Is it like a release button?
It's like his Achilles tendon. It's where his mother held him in the river, and then he was pulled out.
They missed it.
And I think that was it. So that was pretty much my story. Nick, you happen to get one or
a good one? Well, I just wanted to, since Gorillaz came out, I didn't want to talk in my life. Kind of like when in my life.
In your life.
In my lifetime, I want to tell the story.
No, just kidding.
It could end like right now.
It could.
On the podcast.
We could.
I want to let you know, if any of us die on the podcast, I'm still putting it out. Because I want that moment to be on there.
Yeah.
And then we'll just weekend at Bernie's it. Yeah.
Hey, how's Nick doing today? I'm okay.
I'm a skeleton.
Nick, I would preserve your skeleton.
We would have two skeletons.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. But basically, I was going to talk about like the first time. So since Gorillaz came out yesterday, I want to talk about the first time I listened to them.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Because that was it was pretty great.
It was on a now this is music.
Yeah, it was actually.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then when I got really into them, that was literally, it was early 2000, like 2005, 2006. That was like, wasn't it the height of new metal, rap metal, edgy?
No, the height, what I would say is a little earlier. I want to say it's 02. It's
02.
Like,
and then that was like the end of Fred Durst's.
Yeah,
both
it was a quick
life.
decline.
It was fast.
It was almost like a cut. Like
hard.
we're dying.
It was like we all woke up from a drunken stew. Like, what the fuck did we let happen here?
Apparently, everyone in the band except Fred Durst are extremely talented musicians. They're very successful.
Hey, Fred Durst is really good at rolling. So
yeah,
shag my friend tonight. Remember that whole video?
Shag my friend tonight. Who told us? I remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah,
but everybody is like a good musician. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, like the drummer's a jazz musician now, works for a trio.
It's insane. I mean, the last time I heard about Fred Durst sounds like something you tell the police, but the last time I heard about Fred Durst was, you remember the comedians, the Lucas brothers?
Oh, damn it! That's what's on the. Okay, go ahead. I know exactly what I have to talk about.
They did like a whole. So the Lucas brothers are these two stand-up comedians. They're really talented guys.
Yeah,
they were in 22 Jump Street, I think, for a minute, and they have their own like. It's not made by Adult Swim. I think it's Fox makes it, but it's like a 15-minute animated show about their life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the episodes was they were trapped on an island where all the natives listened to new metal.
Yeah.
And do you remember this?
Yeah.
And Fred Durst has become a cult leader who's convinced them new metal's still super cool, guys. Everyone loves Fred Durst.
They have a new stand-up on Netflix now.
The Lucas Brothers?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh man, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
They're really funny.
Yeah, they're really good.
Really, they're like their ability to blend that Adult Swim kind of like surrealist humor with like really high concept like referential humor, impeccable. Yes.
Yeah, but no, that was like when I was listening to them was like the height of like nu metal, and I did listen to nu metal eventually. But while I was listening to that, when I was listening to Gorillaz, when nu metal was coming out, a lot of people around me were getting into nu metal. You were getting into it. You were getting into Korn and Slipknot, Chris.
I liked Korn, and then I liked Iowa from Slipknot.
Yeah, me too.
And then I listened to their next album.
Anything else?
And I went, oh, no, I don't like Slipknot. I like Iowa, but I don't like Slipknot.
I tapped out hard. I don't know why.
Korn's cool. Shut up, Korn's cool. No,
I wasn't. Okay.
they have some stuff.
Yeah.
I like it because it's kind of goofy. Like, it's just it's the rap. He's just scatting, but like rapping. Yeah. And I thought that's goofy. I can get behind it. Plus, the bass lines are actually pretty good. He's a pretty talented musician.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like Korn anymore. Is what I'm getting at.
I think my favorite Korn memory is the Scooby-Doo South Park episode. Do you remember that? Where like Korn shows up to South Park as like a Scooby-Doo.
I remember them. Yes. Okay. No.
And they're like super nice, and they just golly gee willikers, this is a spooky situation, guys. And then the joke at the end is that they then, well, we're gonna play at the Halloween fair, guys. Wish us luck. And then they just play the most vulgar, angry song you have ever heard, and just everyone's like horrified.
Yeah. But like
it's like Dio appearing for the middle school dance, and the kids are trying to
have a good time.
Oh shit. Yeah. But yeah, during that time, it was weird because at that time, like, that's when the music video started coming out for Demon Days.
Oh yeah.
And when I started listening to I had both albums on CD. The first one I got from my cousin. She gave it to me as a gift. Yeah. So I had like a cheap CD player and just running on 2 AA batteries and cheap headphones.
Wow. Yeah, Walkmans, man.
I played both so much, I broke them both. Wow. And I'm to a point where I can just sing the whole albums right now. I won't, but say that for another podcast. But it was crazy how much I was into it, and like it was funny because like that's actually how I was exposed to a lot of those rappers. I was exposed to De La Soul. I was exposed to Del. Exposed to like more orchestra music during high school. The Arabic orchestra they had. Which
once you find out who they are, they're in everything.
Yeah.
It's the thing.
Yeah. And it was crazy because Chris and I were into a lot of heavy metal at the time, but for some reason I kept going back to Gorillaz no matter what phase. Traitor. Like whatever phase I was into, I still went back to them. And it was this whole thing of like all these genres I thought I hated. I didn't. I just hated the way they're represented.
Yeah.
I just hated the way hip hop and trip hop during the early 2000s. I didn't like how they were. I didn't like how they were represented. I didn't like some things about like even now. Like I don't like some pop music.
Well, you can't get behind mumble rap. Like where being a bad singer is actually
like Viper.
Like Viper.
Cows don't even smoke crack.
Viper is ahead of his time.
Have you seen those Amazon reviews?
Yes.
It's like five stars. 5 stars. I started smoking crack, and
I'm not a coward.
Making 6
very simple, strong to the point.
Went into business, still smoking crack, made 7 figures. Thanks, Viper. Oh man. Yeah, it was crazy.
When's Viper gonna do a Gorillaz collab?
Oh my god!
What is Fred Durst gonna do?
No,
I want to see Damon Albarn try to fix that.
You know what would be great is if he did do it, and then everyone's like, "That's actually the best track on the whole album. Really good. It's his best work."
Yeah. I want him to do that, and Damon Albarn comes out of the studio looking disheveled, old, like beyond his years, old, like an Abraham Lincoln effect. I want him to look like he. I want him to come out in a wheelchair with like a blanket over his lap.
And then he just comes out and he's like, too much of every time a musician comes in, I give some of my soul, but there was too much.
Dude,
I overdid it.
Dude, I didn't know Damon Albarn until
no one. Some people
Beach.
still don't know who the fuck Damon Albarn is. Like,
Do you guys listen to Blur? Do you guys?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I don't listen to Blur. I listen to Damon Albarn's like solo stuff.
Woo!
I love his cover. Yeah. I love his cover of Photographs by oh my god, what's the guy's name? The guitarist.
Which guitarist?
The one who does Photographs.
Oh, Nick Drake. Or?
Nick Drake. There you go.
Yeah.
I like Damon Albarn's cover of. But that's because he's got that voice. So.
Yeah.
His voice is.
Yeah,
Man. I'm very fond of a song they did in Blur called Park Life.
Oh, that one's
which
good.
is you know that one.
Yeah.
It's just such a like celebration of scummy English people.
Really?
It's really fucking funny.
I should probably listen to Blur more just to know his like side
his
of that.
background. It's very I don't know. It does have that very 90s feel.
Yeah.
But
Well, because I always put him in the same boat as like The Offspring or like Pennywise. Am I wrong to do so?
Shit, man. No, I would say that they're very because he still was doing orchestral stuff.
Okay.
They did a song called The Universal, and that's a full orchestra that he sings over.
Okay, but that's how I always compartmentalize them. So if I'm wrong about that, I'd better appreciate it.
Not only would I recommend not only listening to it, but like the music video for it's one of my favorite Blur songs. Is it's all just like lifts out of A Clockwork Orange, shot for shot stuff. It's beautiful. It's really well done.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Someone who likes Clockwork.
Yeah.
Or Clockwork Orange is like one of my favorite movies.
It's
okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, during all that time, it was like when Plastic Beach finished the whole tour thing. I didn't think for like 6 years. I was saying they're not gonna come out. It's like with P5 and Last Guardian. I don't think it's gonna come out. Like we were just joking. Like if it came out, if it ever came out.
You said the best thing about P5, which is P5 feels like The Last Guardian. I feel like we shouldn't be holding this. I was like, man, we were getting there because it was 8 years.
Yeah.
So
like I wasn't. Like I honestly would have been surprised if Damon said within 6 years, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm not gonna do Gorillaz."
Yeah.
Because he was doing so many side projects.
He's a busy guy.
He was a busy guy.
Well, because everyone went, wow, this dude's super fucking talented and good at everything.
Yeah.
He did the London Orchestra. Because they did Monkey. They did the opera for Monkey.
Yeah, Jamie Hewlett did the art direction.
And he did the art for it. And it was beautiful. Beautiful, man.
Yeah. Did you hear stories about how him and Hewlett almost got into fistfights?
Really?
During I think it was Demon Days. They got into fistfights.
Why?
It was like creative differences, and they got so intense.
It's always crazy.
But there's something about that is also like reassuring to me that these two men give such a shit about it.
Yeah.
I don't ever expect. Oh, that's a weird call out. Sorry, I never expect Saban to punch someone over. Like, what if she might be a lesbian? I don't give a fuck. Give me the money. Can he be autistic? I can't hear you. I'm smoking in my hot tub. Woohoo!
Imagine. I can't.
Oh man.
Yeah.
As long as it makes money.
As long as it makes money.
As long as it's Saban's Power Rangers.
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
Money.
Yeah. I will say what I thought was interesting to close this off was I think recently he talked about how his music was offered to be on Glee.
Yeah,
Really?
and he said no.
He said no. He said first of all, write your own damn songs. Second of all, make your own identity because that's the most important thing. He tells children that go up to him and want to become musicians. Mm-hmm. Make your own identity. Make a name for yourself. Yeah. And because he always hated singing competitions and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like just steal other people's stuff.
Yeah.
So I think with this album out, I think it really does show like his whole progress, like his whole experience.
Yeah.
Working like with gospel and working with orchestra and working deconstructing genres. And I think this album shows more than ever like his intentions with this whole project. It's pretty crazy.
Absolutely.
So I would recommend Humans.
I'm so excited. I want to go
listen
to it when I go home.
I know Nick has on vinyl on digital.
Motherfucker, you have it in vinyl. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's right
That's
there.
a strong. Oh.
We can show it to you.
I'm gonna look at it after this. Yeah.
And
speaking of vinyl, I just want to make real quick.
Yeah.
I might have to drop that 175.
There we go.
because I Am 8-Bit is coming out with a 6-disc, 6-vinyl collection for all the P5 music, including 2 records that are just remixes, done by Shoji Meguro.
Can I ask, unrelated,
Sure.
Is there a way to take vinyl and put it on an MP3 player?
Yes.
Oh my god.
There's a way to do it.
Fuck yes. Okay. Just totally random, totally out of the blue.
It's almost become counterintuitive nowadays though, because vinyls have become so well done that they're almost like same quality as digital.
Mm.
Well, they increased the gram.
Yeah, they increased the gram rate. They increased. So at some point, it's just you don't have to buy a converter. Just get it online because it's the same quality.
Okay.
So unless you want WAV, WAV files are still the highest
Or
quality.
FLAC.
FLAC.
Want that looseness.
No, fuck that.
No compression.
Yeah, fuck that. I fucking hate those people.
I love it.
I like it when I like my music to sound shitty.
I like it tight.
That's what
pressed.
Like I'm in a
It's
tunnel.
It's like when it was my whole thing with vinyls before they got better, which was people would buy vinyls because it was that warm feeling, and I went, it's not the warm feeling. They're missing the bass track because it can't fucking do it because it sucks. That's why I want WAV files, dude. They violate everything, whole range. But now vinyls are actually really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've heard some beautiful ones. Actually.
Yeah. So
it's weird. It started with metal vinyls too, which is crazy.
That's really nice. Oh yeah, at Dark Realm.
Yeah.
That's where we go too.
Well, they were the first ones to get better. So.
Yeah, it was funny because when we got the record for Gorillaz yesterday, we went to a store out in Long Beach, and they said they only had 10 left.
Shit.
So do you want to pimp out this store, or do you want to keep it a secret
Well,
so no one knows?
No, I talked about it before, Footprints.
Okay, Footprints.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always mentioned it to me. I should go.
Yeah, and it was actually the same situation we were in for Persona 5 because you wanted the full.
I wanted the collector's edition because my Amazon order was canceled.
GameStop couldn't find it, and then we were looking.
Yeah, dude didn't even bother fucking checking. I asked like 3 times.
Yeah, but we went to Gameplay. I showed you Gameplay.
Yeah, I went to them. They helped me out.
And what'd you think of it, the store?
It's fucking cool. I want to go in there when I have like a ton of money and then just look at all the old stuff so I can buy it.
That's how I got.
I want to see if they'll sell me those posters too because.
Oh yeah, they have some stuff in the back. You can.
Yeah, they have some King of Fighters posters I want.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but the same situation was like 10 copies left. Like unless we're a couple miles away, so unless someone buys 10 right now.
Well, Andy bought 2.
Yeah, Andy, a friend of mine, he bought 2, and I bought 1.
Yeah.
But the good news is that when you buy the vinyls, they come with a digital download.
Yeah, I really like that.
Okay, tight.
I really like that because that shows that they know you're buying it as more of a collector's thing.
Yeah.
And just to have it because you want it. So to throw it all in, it's always great. Like
So,
Municipal Waste does that with all their albums. Death Clock did it with some of their albums.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of there on Amazon they sell these like little pins that you can hammer in your wall, and so you can display your vinyls on your wall as like it looks really nice.
That's actually why my friend bought 2.
Oh yeah?
He does that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Andy does do that. So I forgot about that.
He does that with some vinyls. So that's basically my life story and appreciation for Damon Albarn's project.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally. I've got a story, I guess. So
Where were you, Ian?
I was in San Francisco, sir. The Bay. So I was visiting Bay. Can I tell you, like, legitimately, I was on the...
As someone from LA.
As someone from LA.
And who is despised up there. Because we're closed-minded.
Because we're closed-minded and we just don't get it.
We just don't get it.
We just don't get how things should be. Where apparently things should be nothing open
we're too
till
conservative.
12.
Yeah.
What the fuck
we're
is
conservative down here.
Jesus Christ. So a little bit of color for my stay there. Uh-huh. I stayed in a hostel.
Okay.
With a bunch of like.
Well, they do hostels in America.
Yeah, they do hostels in America.
Wow.
Well, like I was the.
Because whenever I hear about hostels, there I went to Sweden. I went to Denmark.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was like a Danish type situation.
Legitimately, I met some Danes. I met some like I was one of 2 Americans in the whole building.
Yeah.
It was me and this guy from Portland, and then everyone else was we could talk about Portland too, but.
They're trying to tone it down with...
Are they trying to tone it down?
Well, because I hear whenever people go there now, it's like, it's not at all.
Portland.
Because I think they know that they became like this kind of joke.
This parody of themselves?
This parody of themselves.
Because I did this guy was super cool. I talked to him and he was super chill. And I was like,
cool.
Is it? Yeah. You know. I was like,
I'm sorry for being so smart. Smarmy.
It's instinctive.
I asked
Yes,
him,
it's a defense mechanism.
What is Portland really like? Because I only know about a Fred Armisen show. What is it actually like? And he's like, what if art college was a place? Like so he legitimately, yeah, exactly, yeah.
No one gets paid.
No one gets paid. We pay you in gum and donuts
and exposure.
Exactly.
Exposure.
You're gonna get some.
Man, fuck people who like pay and exposure. Every artist will fucking tell you fuck people who like.
Yeah, that comic. Here's exposure. Can I buy a hot dog? Nope.
Why don't you come down to my vegan strip show? You're gonna get some great exposure.
Yeah.
That's a place. Anyway, getting off to yeah.
Skinny.
One other thing, so I did walk around way too much, and I fucked up my legs because.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah. When I went down to the beach. Because I wanted to look at the bridge and be like, oh, I fucking saw it.
Yeah.
So,
Bridge!
Can go home now. I went out there and there's just so many people smoking pot out there. I'm not making generalizations.
Typical liberal standard.
Goddamn latte sipping. Fucking
granola munching.
Whirlpool shark prison bragging.
There were so many.
I don't know why I'm into this.
Just dumping. There were so many couples.
Well, they want to be their own state, right? So
they do want to be Jefferson. I think that's what they call it. They want to be the state of Jefferson. Fucking the worst president to pick.
Yeah. It's next to Jackson.
It's next to Jackson. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many. But what blew my mind is I'm at the beach and there's a sea breeze coming off.
Yeah.
We Los Angelinos know about this. We conservative.
Except ours apparently smells like toxic fumes.
Yeah, apparently our ocean isn't as wet as yours.
Fucking Angelinos.
Angelinos.
But
that's a real term.
It's a term. Stupid. But when I went there, the wind is coming off the ocean and it still stinks like pot fumes, hard. So I was like, how much pot is being smoked in this area that a fresh cross breeze is not doing anything to put a dent in that smell? Yeah, man. It was so that was all cool. I went there because there was a writers event.
Oh yeah.
So I went up there and
should I go to a writers event as a writer? Should I
It's worth if you give a shit about the writer, it's worth going.
Okay. Because they're usually expensive.
Mine was free.
Was it?
All of this shit was free.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The only thing was they were like, oh, if you want to buy a book, we'll sign it for you. Which even that's well, I get a book and I get it signed.
Yeah, and I get it signed.
And
I was probably going to buy it anyway if I'm up here.
If I'm up here and I'm into it. Yeah. So I went up there and I met Daniel Handler, the guy who wrote the Lemony Snicket stories when I was a kid and all that. And
so that must have been big, especially with the new series on Netflix.
What's crazy is there was maybe 30 people. It was this little place near Haight-Ashbury, just outside the gay neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's 30 people. And all of it seemed very pretend to me. It seemed very... I mean, all of San Francisco seems very pretend to me. It seems like...
Well, it's not raw like we're here.
Exactly. I went there and I kept thinking, well, this isn't how this works.
Yeah.
You should be the fuck... What? I went there, there's 30 people. Yeah, it's this little bookstore. And Daniel Handler comes out and I'm just like, ugh, I'm so excited. Yeah. And he's like, well, now the person you all came here to see. I was like, I fucking came here to see you.
Yeah.
And then this woman comes out and she's like, oh, I'm the most, she's the number one selling author in, Kenya and Uganda.
Okay.
Because she's from Kenya and she lives in San Francisco and she's promoting her new novel. And it's like, that's cool. That's cool. Kenya and Uganda. Yeah, that's cool. And then
you're not allowed to be mad at.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly. No,
they know. They know you get. They know you
they're
don't
waiting,
know.
They're waiting for you, South California, just to say one thing. Give us a reason.
Give us a reason to shit out.
Open your mind to that shit.
But no, it was really cool. She was really talented, and they both read from. He's got a book coming out this August, and so he was kind of talking about that a little bit. And then she read from this book she just published, and so yeah, it was fucking crazy to meet the guy who made me want to get into writing.
Yeah,
and so I was like, "Oh, can you sign this for me?" And he's like, "Well, I don't want to like." Take away from her moment, so why don't we go in this side room where no one else is,
and then
I
he
can just
dropped
talk.
his pants,
and then and then I was like, well, fuck it, you're famous, so no, and I actually got like a good 15-minute conversation with the guy who made me want to write books. That yeah, it was wild, man.
What'd you ask him?
Shit, what did I ask him about? I asked him,
what were you thinking when you wrote the least?
Like I honestly like had a panic attack, and I was just like, so you like books?
This is nightmare scenario,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like,
where I'm on a one-on-one situation.
Because people are mistaken. They always think that's the dream scenario.
Yeah.
That's the nightmare scenario.
It's a nightmare scenario.
In fact, one of my favorite jokes in Community is...
LeVar Burton.
Yeah, LeVar Burton. He goes, I'm the hugest fan of LeVar Burton. I never want to read it. Because what? What am I going to say to them?
Exactly.
That's the worst thing that can happen to me.
Yeah.
And so when oh my god, Chevy Chase gets LeVar Burton to visit him, everyone thinks, whoa, that's like a surprisingly nice thing for
freaks
him to
out and
breaks out.
Throwing
phasers to love me. Because that's so true. That's the nightmare scenario. It's actually meeting the person and humanizing them.
And like having them. I don't know. I'm glad that I think I handled it okay.
Yeah.
I think the rocket, like, so we did talk a little bit about writing and oh, you know what? He did give me an awesome piece of advice.
What?
He said, so he's like, oh, you're trying to get stuff published. And I'm like, yeah, I'm working at it. I'm working on novels and short stuff. He's like, oh, cool. And he was like, you know, it's easy to get bummed out.
Yeah.
When my first novel got published, it was 99. I was 35, and I'd been trying to write for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I got, he said, like 30 or 31 rejection letters from different publishers.
Yeah. Before
I got a yes. And that was 2 years of trying to get it published. So, like, rejection is just the normal thing. And that was weirdly comforting, is... You're going to be sad most of the time. And I was like, that makes me happy. Yeah. Sadness is a normal part of life. Yeah.
Well, me and you have talked about this. Me and you are people who who like know how to dwell
in sadness.
In sadness, or at least in real, just nothing really is going right. Mm-hmm. Everything kind of is either at the very best mediocre or at the worst just terrible,
just nightmarish. Yeah.
But we somehow dwell in this, and we don't know how to handle good times.
Yeah, it's good times make me I don't know what to do with this.
Good times make me freak out because I know something bad's gonna happen. You know?
I've seen enough movies.
Exactly. There was also a very amusing, I'll just mention this because I thought it was really funny, was he's like, oh, so what do you do for your day job? Because I used to work like some shitty job in a hotel, and I was like, oh, I work with education, with this age group to this age group, and he's like, oh, I have a son who's such and such age. I was like, oh, and he mentions that, and so we bonded on that for a minute.
His business card so you can tutor his son.
and just like this throw at like, again, the nightmare scenario. I did have one awkward moment that I caused, but it passed and it was fine. But so after he said that, he mentioned like offhandedly, like, yeah, my son's getting to this age, it's very weird for me, like, last week he made a "that's what she said" joke in front of me, and it's just like, how am I supposed to handle that as a parent? And I was just like, oh, don't feel bad about that. He's like, at that age, he's probably saying way weirder stuff when you're not in the room.
As we all were.
As we all did. And he's just like, you know how, like, children don't want to think about their parents in a certain way? It goes both ways, man. I don't want to think about that.
I do.
I always knew that, like, as a kid, I knew adults don't actually want to know.
Yeah, they don't want to
what's going on.
Yeah. So it was...
You could sense it. If you paid enough attention, you can tell.
You can suss out, like, I'm not going to dig into that. Yeah. So it was really cool. Yeah, it blew my mind. I got a few signed books and
nice.
Yeah, man. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend. Maybe not doing a one-on-one thing. That was way too stressful. But yeah, go
it's
out.
So crazy, man.
Yeah. I'm not totally registering what happened. Still,
it's like that scenario where recently at the last AX I went to.
Yeah.
Because I went specifically for the Toonami panel.
Yeah.
I went to the Toonami panel. I also went for a bunch of other stuff. But the guys were like talking about having the new FLC on there because that had just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, oh yeah, by the way, the director and creator and writer of every FLC thing is right here in the audio. He stands up. And Nick can attest to this. I immediately froze up in like my seat.
Yeah.
Because as I've told you before, I think he's one of the few genuine geniuses
he's a brilliant.
I've seen on his term. Because I think genius is a very specific term that needs to be used very specific. I'm not saying if you're not a genius, you're automatically like the lower echelon of society. I'm just saying I feel like it needs to be used very specifically.
Yeah.
And I froze up because like I could meet him because there's no barrier. There's no like I could just talk to the man.
Yeah.
If I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was the first. It's that idea of being starstruck, right? But to me, it was more like this is a man that has made me rethink media.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't be doing podcasting if not for FLCL.
He's honestly one of the best I've ever seen at writing characters.
Yeah. He made me go, well, characters are my priority for stories now because I feel like if I can come up with a good character, stories will kind of naturally happen because I can just put them into scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah. To kind of sidetrack a little, I really apologize. With Kazuya, with Die Buster, I started rewatching Die Buster, his early work.
Oh, okay.
And there's actually a lot of parallels to Fooly Cooley that he put from
that
Die
man
Buster.
Likes very specific things and and stuff. So.
And it's very apparent immediately. And also, it does show me that I might get in trouble for saying it, but I do think he's better at writing characters than Anno. I do think he does.
I mean,
like he's better at visualizing.
I'm not gonna disagree with you. Then
I think he's better at visualizing the psychological turmoil.
I think that Anno is really good at themes.
He's got
yeah,
themes.
that's what I was gonna get at. Because he is better at characters, at human characters.
Yeah.
Anno is better at concepts and themes because the characters themselves are a concept.
They are conceptual. Yeah.
Like a lot of people say, a lot of people nowadays will watch Evangelion and go, well, he's just a Mary Sue. Yeah. And like, well, here's the thing though. At the time when that show came out, there was no such thing as a Mary Sue. It was just hot-blooded Gundam pilots. It was kind of the idea.
Yeah.
And he went, well, here's the opposite of that.
Exactly.
He's anti-homage. Like he's not trying to be anybody.
And then people started copying Shinji because they thought that was just a good character missing the kind of entire point.
Yeah, missing the entire point. I mean, and
then Gurren Lagann had to fix it. Is like what I was getting. I was looking to. So go ahead.
I was just going to add like comparable, but very very much of their own ilk was I thought Eureka 7, where they had someone who
I couldn't get past like an episode 2.
Oh, okay.
I should probably.
It's a good time, but I mean, it does have themes of like, oh, I don't want to be in this situation. Yeah. But I think that they take the character in a very different direction than Shinji, even though they've got similar DNA in them.
Yeah. But like probably the most character in Eva is probably Masato.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And she's probably, and that's why she's my favorite.
Yeah.
She's waifu. I don't care whoever.
Yeah, so like the way Chris was frozen with Kazuya, I was frozen in Kamikaze when I just saw Neil Adams. When I saw the legend himself, Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Especially because he does like his fans too.
Yeah.
He's not a dick about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was so like it was Chris. Like, what can I say to this man?
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
That set the standard.
Yeah.
He inspired Yoshitaka Amano.
Yeah. Who's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist, and Neil Adams. Oh my god, he taught fucking Magnola and like.
Yeah, what do you do? Hey, good job. Like,
hey, you know how you like changed every all the art? Good work with that.
Good work. You know how you changed the industry. Good job.
God. Keep it up.
Eisner Award, he won. He worked under Eisner for the last days. Oh my god! Like, I was like, yeah, it's the whole thing of like you're so frozen, like the nightmare scenario.
And it's always weird because I'm not usually like a fanboy per se, where I go, hey, like I'm gonna go stalk them or like figure out everything they have to do. What I appreciate is their art mostly and like that. So it's not them themselves; it's art
what they produce.
Yeah, it's their work is what I like.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the whole Frozen thing is a nightmare scenario.
Yeah,
it is the nightmare scenario.
I'm grateful that it didn't go as bad as it could have gone.
That's nice.
Because it's always like, I know they're a person and I should be treating them as a person. I'm afraid I'm going to treat them. Like, that's my mentality, is I'm going to put them on a pedestal.
Exactly, yeah.
Instead of treating them like a human.
Because you...
Like, he has a kid. He has to deal with being a parent. And
yeah, exactly.
So.
And you also have this thing that, at least in my mind...
And that's what she said jokes are back in the zeitgeist, apparently.
Apparently, that's what the kids are wild about.
Yeah.
It's those little spinner things, and that's what she said jokes.
Yeah. Man, dude, where I work, every kid has that fucking spinner thing now.
Spinner thing is fucking...
It's just, like, first day we went, okay, you can't take that out unless, like, it's break.
Yeah.
Or anything. Yeah. Because, fuck. Like, everyone's going to be distracted by that.
But the only thing I was going to add was, like, you're also in a weird position because when it's a public figure, like Adam or whoever you're meeting... Like, there's interviews of them in the print or in recording, so it's like, hey, how about I recite a bunch of personal information I know about you to show how much I like you? But that comes off as, like, murdery.
Yeah.
So, like, you have... So then I end up doing... What I end up doing is pretending that I don't know... Like, oh, hey, what do you... What? Yeah. So what kind of things do you... Have you lived here long?
What do you think of the area? I'm new here. So
I'm new.
I just drove out, like, 8 hours.
But is there any pizza places that open before 12? Because what the fuck, San Francisco? Open before 12? I'm awake before... Yeah. Yeah.
We have jobs. Me and you have to wake up early.
We have to get up early. Yeah.
So... It's not like LA where everything's open 24/7.
I know. I can live... I love that nightlife. I like to go out and get out.
No, I don't like the nightlife. I like the early morning life where no one's like there.
Yeah, no one's alive.
Early morning.
Yeah. But the people who are there know that, like, can empathize with you because you're up at fucking 3 a.m. So
and there's just like a shared moment where you lock eyes and it's just a nod of...
It's gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long day, man. Yeah. So that was
That's the city I want.
That's the city I love.
Yeah.
Is the city
of tired
of mutual sadness.
Yeah. We know what we have to do in order to survive.
Fuck. Just looking into a dark abyss. That
I don't like
future.
happy young people. Is what I'm getting at. I like.
That's fair.
I like broken,
Yeah.
middle-aged people who still have. Not even old people who are sad. I like middle-aged people because they've still got so much left to slog through.
You know, like with people with animes or shows that go like choose waifu material, like quote unquote, that whole weird thing. And I go, well, I know I like this character the most, and then they go, well, you like all the broken characters, and then I went, well, I'm a broken man.
I'm a broken person
who likes broken people. So. Why do you like that? Well, because they seem human. What? Because they're broken? Yes, because they're broken. They have problems, and like
real people have problems. If you've ever met someone who like if you've had like an intimate,
it's the person who likes Ray as their wife.
Oh,
they like
Jesus.
dolls.
Yeah,
they don't like people.
Yeah, I like.
They like the concept of humans. They don't like the. They don't.
Kanji, just like a sad man
from Eva.
From Eva,
Masato's ex, right?
Masato's ex, who's just like filled with just regret,
and
sadness, and having this weird like child hit on him, and he's just like, everything's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then their relationship with each other is actually pretty realistic. The ex and like,
yeah.
That's why they're the best characters and have the most like. I mean, sense in their lives.
I think it's Misato, Kanji, and the blonde scientist. Their 3-part relationship is pretty devastating and amazing.
Yeah.
In Die Buster, it's crazy. You can see a lot of parallels with like, kind of like the whole like crazy scenario coming at this person who just wants to grow up.
Yeah.
In Die Buster, and when Gunbuster was Ano's. That was when he was
the person who just wants to grow up. Yeah, that's fully cool, man.
Yeah, well.
and you can see a lot of parallels. Because Kazuya worked under Ano for like all his projects.
Yeah,
directed the last 2 episodes of Eva, directed the movies. He actually started the they did it later in the 90s, but he actually started the whole school after school lessons on scientists.
Oh wow!
Mechanical, quantum mechanics, but it's all outdated now because it was 80.
It was it was a while ago.
88. But
and now we're more like, we don't know.
Yeah. But no, I agree with Chris. I was just starstruck, just like that, seeing him.
Yeah.
One of the best writers I've seen for characters ever.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah. I mean, for God's sakes, my first suggestion for like doing a side thing for this was doing Fully Cooley commentary.
Yeah.
Because people would always ask, why don't you do a video or something on there?
Yeah.
And I go, because if I do a video, I'm going to have to... It's going to seem a lot more manufactured to me. And with Fully Cooley, for me, it's a lot more emotional and kind of like raw stuff that I have to go with. So I thought watching the thing, just saying, hey, these are the thoughts that popped into my head. Like,
remember when people were during the Q&A when they were asking them about FLCO2?
Yeah, and I knew all the answers.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot.
Do you remember? Because I remember that and going, Jesus Christ, I know too much.
A lot of people went up during the Q&A. They probably it seems like they only see it once or twice, or it hasn't really clicked with them.
Right.
What FLCO is, and I'm sorry, that's kind of. If it sounds like a bit...
Well, no, there's people out there. There's people
casual viewers,
who watch Fully Cooley once and went, that's weird, and then never touch again.
Yeah.
Or watched it once, but kind of never really dug into it.
Yeah, and they
took it more surface level.
Yeah.
Whereas we have absorbed it. It's terrifying.
Well, we're better people because... No, because we're crazy is what we are. That's the real answer to that. We're nuts.
Have an illegal pad with notes scribbled while we watch it at 3 a.m. Yeah.
A lot of people were young during the Q&A.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me too.
So I was like, they're not going to bring up Die Buster. He did bring up Die Buster.
Yeah, me and you were like the only ones like cheering.
Because he was actually explaining the parallels.
Oh, cool.
Of FLCO.
That was the best part of the panel. It was explaining.
And he was explaining like the bittersweet tone that he wanted to go with a lot of the endings.
Yeah, I think the scenario where it clicked to me that I know too much about this stuff is when one of the guys asked the question, I heard you wanted to do a much more darker ending to this. And then I went, no, he wanted a much lighter ending. And then he went and said, I wanted a much more lighter ending. And I went, well, fuck me. I know too much.
That's a shame. I didn't want to ask him a question, but it was all lines.
Right.
Yeah, the question I would have asked would have been the entire panel. It would have been like a deconstruction of some of his thoughts.
My question would have been like for everybody on the panel, like,
what does it mean to you?
Yeah, what does it mean to you, and has it changed over the course of the years?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
It is a good question, especially with the themes of that being growing up.
Yeah.
So
and with Die Buster, it does show because like all the characters. They're related, like, you know how Ava's like the mechs kind of relate to the character?
Yeah.
It's more apparent in Die Buster, just the way they attack and just the way they approach each other. And kind of how they interact. When he learned from Ava, working under Ava, he put in Die Buster, his own spell on it. And a lot of them, they actually look like from Medical Mechanica.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So a lot of
I told you, he likes very specific things.
A lot of the design, like especially the hands, you know how blocky and flat they are? That's in Die Buster. That's where he got it from Die Buster.
I like the blocky hand.
I like the cube
fingers. The cube fingers.
And you have one character like...
It's funny. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, so I was going to say her power is like she summons her mech through her shadow. Her shadow follows her, and her mech's her shadow.
That's cool.
So when she
rad.
So when she summons it, literally you're introduced by a giant hand, just like in Fully Cooley, a giant hand coming out
cool.
of a robot, and then she tears it off and then throws it at them.
Yeah,
that's how you're introduced.
Yeah, see, I knew that was from Die Buster because I remember reading somewhere.
Yeah,
man.
But yeah, your question was going to be very similar to mine. Mine was going to be how has growing up changed, like, or the meaning changed for you?
Sure. Yeah.
Because we're all still growing up in our lives, or everyone is.
Yeah.
But like, how has it changed? How's the meaning changed for you?
Yeah.
But that's basically the exact same thing as asking what Fully Cooley means now.
Yeah.
But no one wants to hear our philosophical debates in those meetings. They want to know, hey, is the pillows gonna be in the thing? Of course they fucking aren't. Of course they like.
They need feed.
Yeah.
If the pillows weren't in it, that would have been the biggest red flag to me. That no. Yeah. Oh no!
Something went wrong.
I would have been
bad.
I would have been confused. Like, did the pills hate money? Like,
after they push out like 13 albums.
Yeah.
They just came out with another one. You know that, right?
So,
like,
did they?
Nook in the Brain. I still haven't listened to it.
Yeah. So clearly they don't hate money.
The last album they put out was like 2 years ago. So like they have another one, and those guys, that guy's a workhorse, dude. Like,
He
really is.
because he's like in 3 other groups too, and they're all different genres, so he has to think in different.
He's
ways.
got a lot of plates spinning at once.
Yeah. That dude's great. All right, so what? Anything else, Ron?
I could talk about what I'm looking forward to really quick.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, that was going to be the end then. It's just going to be yes.
That's all I've got left.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to, Ian?
I'm looking forward to 2 horror films that are on the horizon.
Is it Raw?
Oh fuck! I wasn't gonna say Raw, but yeah, I do want to watch Raw.
I want to watch Raw.
I do want to watch Raw. Yes, but
episode 3.
3 horror films. Raw, which looks amazing.
It does.
There's a
I
film.
heard it's pretty good.
There's a film called The Black Coat's Daughter, and that's made by A24 Studios, I think.
Okay, so I know A24 Studios because they make all these weird, really good, like horror.
Really good. It's this one girl that if you watch American Horror Story, she's in a bunch of it, and Dawn Draper's daughter from Mad Men are the 2 stars.
Okay,
and it's about 2 girls in a Catholic school who are not picked up on the last day before Christmas break.
Yeah,
and they're left alone in this school except for I think it's like the principal and a few teachers. And it's suggested that some of the staff are actually some of the nuns who worked for the school were actually secretly Satanists.
Okay.
And that they performed dark rituals on the girls.
Huh.
And so that's all I know about it. It looks really beautiful, the trailer.
Okay.
So I'm very excited. The second one is called The Love Witch.
Okay.
And have you heard about this movie?
No.
It's beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's shot to look just like a 1960s like Technicolor movie.
Ooh, okay.
The colors really pop, and the film has this kind of matte quality to it. So it looks really different.
Okay.
And the movie is about a witch whose husband dies under mysterious circumstances, and the police are chasing after her. Mm-hmm. And she basically puts love potions on a bunch of handsome men, and like a bunch of really weird, like voodoo-esque / witchcraft things are happening. Okay. So it's like a sexy horror comedy. Okay. Done in the style of the 60s. Yeah. It's so up my alley. I'm very excited about it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds interesting.
Cool. What about you, Nick?
For me, right off the bat, Gorilla's TV show has been announced, so they're working.
Wait,
on
what?
What?
Yeah.
Hang on. No, shut up, because I haven't heard anything about this.
Yeah, they announced a TV show.
When?
Those series. It's just been announced that it is in progress. I think in a month or 2.
Because he's just fucking doing it now. He's just telling the story.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a full, consistent story.
I hope it's just music videos.
Who's gonna be airing it?
Airing it. If I recall, they're gonna do is they're gonna release it. I think it's like on. I think it's gonna be obviously they have their own channel, so they'll release the episodes
online.
It's a miniseries, so they'll be able to.
Okay.
Will this be like
broadcast?
No, like Louis C.K.'s online show.
Pete Horace. Yeah.
I'm not.
Is it gonna be like that? Because I'm totally willing to give money. Like
I'm not sure if would be it would cost something. I do think that there's gonna be more announcements about broadcasting. It's been announced that he is working on a project for a show.
Fuck, man.
Miniseries. So that I'm looking forward to. Like any information on that.
I hope they are just musicals.
Yeah.
Like
I'd like that.
Or just music happening in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, Grand Blue is still ongoing, so I'm looking forward to those chapters coming out. Mm-hmm. Saga Volume 7, I gotta get around to.
Yeah, Saga Volume 7's out.
I keep my friends telling me that this is sad.
Is it? I heard something though that's very disheartening for me from Brian K. Vaughan, because I think me and you were talking about this, where he says there's no real end in sight right now for the thing, and then I went shit. Yeah. Because the last one, I could see how they'll do an ending. Like, I can see how, I can see the ending starting to happen.
Shape up, yeah.
But if there's no end in sight, he's going to run into the Why the Last Man problem. Where
you don't want Walking Dead's the worst option.
Walking Dead's the worst example of not ending.
Yeah.
Invincible 2 has been going on for really long time.
So, I don't know. So, I'm a little nervous, but...
Yeah.
Not having an ending always makes me fucking nervous.
Yeah, it does. It does for me too.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing. Well, he didn't say he didn't have an ending. He said the ending is not in sight.
Sure, that could be.
So it could imply. It could be what I want, where he knows the ending, he knows what it would be, but he just wants to keep doing something. Because to me, that's much more like comforting, then I know where I want the story to go. I just don't know how to end it.
Yeah.
That's more comforting than that. Because at least there's something to build up to.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make me nervous.
Yeah.
So I hope it's good. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
It should be good.
That and
it's like his best work. I think,
oh no, absolutely.
So
yeah, I did like Why the Last Man too.
I did too, but I think Saga's better. Like
I think Saga seems stronger, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Once it's done, then we can
make a full complete judgment. Yeah.
I have to finish Why the Last Man too. I just finished the big 2 trades.
It's a
yeah.
Yeah.
So far, my favorite story is Surprise, Surprise, the play. So, like...
Oh, yeah.
So...
that was a great scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I need... so, yeah, that... Tommy Emmanuel came out with a new album. So I'll be looking forward to that. One of the greatest guitarists alive. With Chet Atkins. I will always recommend him because he just knows who to work with. The best players to work with. He is still... he's certified guitar player. He's one of the only... 4 alive certified guitar player. That's Chet Atkins. Chet Atkins.
What do you mean by certified?
Yeah, I was gonna explain because Chet Atkins himself, he claims people that are talented and are gonna go somewhere as certified guitar players.
Okay.
Like this is their life. Like
so they have his approval.
His approval. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not like
the
that.
quality seal.
It's not like that. It's
the
like,
Atkins seal of approval. Oh, the Atkins seal of approval.
It's like that, but no, Tommy Emmanuel is one of the best alive, so I do recommend that. Finish Nier. Gotta finish the endings for Nier.
Yeah, I have finished the endings for Nier.
So, yeah, that's me.
Okay, Persona keeps going. Temperance is, like, up there for, I don't know who I'm going to romance. It's either going to be Death, Temperance, or Empress. Or no, she's High Priestess, I believe. Yeah, that thing's good. It's great. And I like how High Priestess talks to me. I'm like, suffering. And then Nier Automata, of course I gotta finish it. And then Lucha Underground keeps going. It doesn't stop. Magic is starting to happen. And once you get to Aztec Warfare, dude, Aztec Warfare over. Is fucking dope. It's a Royal Rumble, but it's super good. Lucha Underground's super good. What else? I want to watch Raw eventually.
Yeah.
I want to get to that. I gotta watch Mystery Science Theater. Whenever the fuck, because I'm waiting for Little Witch Academia to come on to Netflix. I want to watch it legally and give it my support because Trigger is still the best animation studio in my opinion for at least anime.
Because of Over Justice.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, and when they're given money, they do Kisniver, which Kisniver, if anything, looks really good.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I want Over Justice. He's my favorite design in anything.
He might appear in season 2.
I know, I'm Inferno Cop because they could go back in time because he was his boss. Okay. Man, if you haven't watched Space Patrol Lulico, if you have 2.5 hours in your life, you can watch the entire series. And if you want more, if you have an extra 30 minutes, you can watch the entire run of Inferno Cop. Which is great. It's even less than that if you just cut out the intro. So, like, what else am I looking forward to? It's kind of it because I don't have much money right now because now I got to put it towards my car because it broke down. So, like, I have to fix that. So, Persona, mostly. I don't know. I may do a thing. Who knows? Me and my friends have speaking of like Nerf Nuke, we have a signed agreement. No, well, not signed. I've been wanting to sign something. We have an agreement that there are no waifu wars until we all beat the game. Okay. And my reasoning behind this was we need to have all our ammo. We need to we need to know everything and be ready with retorts. Because already there's 2 differences in the group. So.
Ouch.
So we're waiting.
Some tensions between countries.
This real sexist conversation we're gonna have.
Ouch.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's gonna happen. Oh.
Can you feel it?
You'll never, Nick. You'll never see it coming. I think I did a good job ending that.
Wait, did we talk about Atlas and their bands?
Oh, okay, let's talk about it. Like, okay.
Bye.
No, because I don't know if you know, Ian. Me and Nick have been... Okay, so the reason we didn't fully stream Persona 5, and we're not going to do a full stream of that, is because when that game came out, they put out a notice that said, hey, do not stream boss fights, do not stream past this very specific date. And it's a tone shift in the game. Otherwise, we'll start banning people from Twitch, or at least putting cease and desist orders. Okay. And then we were like, well, fuck, we just start streaming. Let's not risk it. Let's kind of play it out and see what people are doing. How I play it. So, a couple of days ago, Monday, I think it was, they put out another notice to say, hey, we got the feedback from everybody, and we didn't want you all to feel threatened. Which, I mean, already I'm going, you said you were going to ban people.
Right, yeah.
Put out cease and desist orders. Also, so you can stream up till, and stream the boss fights. We just didn't want any spoilers. So you can stream up to this date where the final act starts taking place. That's actually how it plays. I'm not going to say what the date is, but because that's all in one line.
Oh, okay.
No spoilers. This is when the final act happens.
Oh, okay.
And then once you stream past that, we'll put cease and desist orders out and ban you from Twitch. Like, what the fuck? I'd rather have them stick with the first stance.
Right, yeah.
Than put out this.
Yeah.
Because it spoils, it keeps up the threats, it's putting this really bad taste in my mouth for them right now.
Yeah. For
their PR standing. So I don't know how they'll fix that other than just saying it's all gone. You can stream whatever the fuck you want.
Sure.
Because I get the whole no spoiler thing. In fact, I'm a huge advocate for not spoiling. But to me, that's on the people. That's on. That's on for someone not putting the fucking final boss in their title card, or at least the footnote that shows up in your recommended playlist on the side that you had no chance of avoiding.
Yeah.
Oh, also, it's been released in Japan since September 30th.
And they're allowed to fucking stream everything.
There's entire playthroughs of the entire game
before the game even came out.
That's irritating.
That's why we think it's Atlas USA, not Atlas in general. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, we're done talking about that. So everyone go play Persona.